Hello, welcome to Symbaroum. This is a TTRPG system and setting created by Järnringen. This is a dark fantasy, gothic, spooky, ancient ruins that have cursed objects. There's a civilization that's no longer around, but there are remnants that we are discovering, and they are mystical and terrifying, that sort of thing. This is an excellent, excellent story, and it is made and run by our friend here, Obdurant. Please take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Stella. And last we were in Thistlehold. Our group of adventurers found a new adventurer in Pestle, a goblin. So Pestle, why don't you describe how you met these folks and what has happened since?
You see, Pestle was kind enough to intervene after Karmeon single-handedly got himself mugged in a bar. And he kind of stuck around, not really trusting their competence after that. But they became very good employees, and as such, he is determined to make them successful as his newest employees.
Okay.
And only.
And only.
And how has that gone so far?
We made a sixth Thaler.
Six Thaler. Okay.
Or
Good.
was it eight
Good.
Thaler? It was 8 Thaler because we got 2 for 4.
You also witnessed / helped out in a bit of a fight in the Queen's Square.
Help is a strong word.
It is a strong word. You're right. Anyway, so yeah, in the middle of the Antique Plaza, the three of you sort of encountered a very large and what appeared to be thoroughly corrupt being with weird sort of suture lines on it. In a rampage, it destroyed a fair amount of the Antique Plaza. It was fighting the guards. There was a man in shining armor who was fighting it. And pretty soon, with a little bit of your assistance,
killed.
The beast was felled.
We didn't get nobody killed.
He got a bunch of people killed so that he could look pretty in his fancy armor.
Yeah, and then
That's
the
what he
three of
does.
you drew back to your house, and the night passed relatively quietly. It is the following day. The word across Thistlehold is solely about this fight that broke out. People are speculating where this monster came from, what it was, and just about everyone is more or less singing the praises of that armored gentleman who felled the beast.
In my notes, I have asterisk, asterisk, Alisaro Caherno, dead king's brother, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, asterisk, asterisk, smiley face.
Is he hot?
Yes, Alisaro Kohinoor is his name, and he is the hero of the moment. Is there anything particular that the three of you get up to today or this morning?
Obviously, Pestle and his new employee / budgeting or blossoming friend would be talking about how good they are at board games.
Oh right, yes, that was in fact the close of our last session, wasn't it? You, Pestle, and Karmeon did their best to play this board game and did not manage to finish it.
Karmeon knew the rules and Pestle didn't, and yet Pestle managed to force the game into one of its rare but not unheard of draw states, so no one won.
No one won, that is true.
And so we don't actually know the one thing we wanted to know.
Find out about it.
Whether you can bet some portion of your soul essence ? And earn some portion of the other's soul essence ?
Right.
Corruption. You're betting corruption.
So that was a little bit of a challenge that did not see any resolution. So you regale, was it Mayra you said?
You are cutting out.
Oh. I was just asking, was it Mayra that you were telling about this?
Obviously, it was both of us telling Mayra about how great the board game was.
Meira would have returned from spending some time out in the dump and perhaps various places, showing off her trophy that she collected from the creature.
Yes, that was the last thing he did.
So, after a couple of hours doing that, she's standing in their shoddy little apartment, looking between the two of them as they tell her this story. And she looks entirely unconvinced at both of them.
You should try this board game, Mayra.
Karmeon is shaking his head at her.
I do not have time for games. She just sort of drops the trophy, this giant finger, on the table, right in the smack middle of the board game.
How does Karmeon react to that?
Has it started rotting yet?
Oh, it's a troll
no.
finger. It never rots. It's always slowly regenerating.
That stops working when they die.
We're not sure it's dead yet.
Fair.
And has it started rotting?
It has not started rotting, no.
Karmeon kind of pokes at the thing,
Mm-hmm.
the trophy, nudges it along the board a bit. Is this, you think, maybe, you know those stitches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you think those were in like a vaguely heart-related location?
Were they all throughout the body or just the chest?
There were
Let's
multiple
see.
places, weren't they?
What was your roll for that?
We rolled badly. Like, we rolled to figure out that if we'd been stabbing there, it would have been great. And then someone was like, here's another question about it. And you were like, that's all you know.
I don't think you ever did a medicus roll for it. I think your medicus rolls were just to save guards, except for that
Yeah.
last one you let die.
Mm-hmm.
I think our
Yeah.
overall impression is we don't know anything.
Yeah, you didn't see too much about it, especially as many of the guards set into hacking the body into a variety of pieces.
Yeah, they very quickly contaminated the scene.
It didn't really look, you know, like a noble forest guardian god stag beast.
It looked like a big troll.
It was an abomination. That much is for certain.
Yeah.
All right, look, this is where Karmeon and I combine our masteries and investigate the blood sample I took.
Maida gestures to the finger.
Blood?
You may use that as well. But keep the bones. I need...
Yeah, just the heart is still beating and it's, you know, this isn't rotting.
Well, it's only been a couple of hours, right?
It's a big boy.
Yeah, it's been about. It happened in the evening. This is, I guess, Mayura said that she would be back after some venturing around and talking. So you're probably early afternoon, middle of the day. So it's been 12, 16 hours, something like that.
It depends
She
on how
parties a
many
long time.
drinks that people were offering her.
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh. There was
Yeah, she-
definitely...
Some of her friends would have gotten her free drinks for her trophy.
Yeah, and she also got to tell them about the king's brother.
Uh-huh. He's
Like
hot.
she had a war
Most of their
story.
questions would have been like, "So you saw Lord Kohinoor slay the beast and such."
And then Mayor would be like, "I'll tell you if you give me a drink."
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So what we're saying is it's a little later because she
Okay.
was
It's
delayed.
absolutely like evening time now.
Okay. Yeah, so it's evening of the next day right now. So it's been, like 20 hours or so. And no, the finger doesn't seem to be rotting a lot.
A lot,
it
but
is-
it is decaying.
No, I mean, so it's pretty static, right? Like you can
Mhm.
see there's a cross section, there's bone and knuckle, and then around it are very sinewy tendons, and then its skin, which is pretty thick, right, is that same almost shell-like natural armor, who's hardened and pretty resistant. So there isn't a lot that jumps to
Oh,
mind as
that's
something
right.
that
That's
would
what we
be.
learned was that like it was covered in super hard armor except for where the stitches were.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The stitches would have been how we avoid not doing anything to it.
Yeah.
But we didn't figure that out.
Maida smells the finger. Does it smell like it's going off?
It smells like troll finger.
Do we know what
Well,
standard finger smells like in this case?
okay, you can definitely smell decay, right? Once it begins to set and it's starting, things smell off.
Is it
If-
sweet yet?
There's meat on the finger.
Is meat on the bone?
You might catch a little whiff of decay.
Okay.
If only just.
Okay. Maida, I am going to bed. Goodbye. And she just kind of shuffles off towards the bedroom.
Yeah, we'll just. I mean, are we leaving in the morning?
We will begin our preparations tomorrow.
I need more knives.
So just a little refresher. Maida had suggested that it'll take some time for us to prepare to go on this trip because we're probably going to be gone for like a month, maybe months. There's no telling. And since the distance is quite far, it's probably something you want to be overly prepared for. So she would go about getting supplies and stuff over the course of some time. And she had also offered Pestle some time to think about it, because he seemed to be on the fence.
All right. Pestle is going to try to get Karmeon's help to take the outer layer of troll finger skin off.
Should we skin it?
Well, don't you want to see what this hardened plate is?
Are there hardened plates on the finger?
So the skin itself is
Kind of
thick
hardened
and
plate.
hardened. It's a little chitinous, although I mean it does just look like flesh.
Mhm.
There's certainly no space for anything else. It's all just the one thing.
I mean, yeah, okay, fine.
He'll hold out one of his knives since they were made for a goblin and are generally smaller.
Karmeon will do his best to help skin off the.
Start from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Karmeon will just assist in.
Well, this would be you doing a medicus roll.
Okay,
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
helping,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose.
If that is acceptable.
So you're just
to our
trying
GM.
to skin the finger.
Yeah,
You
we're
can
trying to
certainly
get
make.
the chitness layer off.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and roll Medicus, and you can have a +2.
Hey, I'm worth 2 points, baby.
You succeed. You do sort of cut a careful line down the side of this finger, and with further incisions, you manage to kind of to bear it down to just the bone and the tendon. So you have a roughly finger-shaped flap of thick, resistant skin. What are you gonna do with it?
What the heck?
She says, having taken the trophy herself.
And decapitated several people.
Only
Karmeon
one.
will kind of like, are you sure you don't want the outer layer? I think it's harder than the bone.
The bone will last
Yeah.
longer without rotting, though.
You hear a muffled "what" coming from the direction of the bedroom.
I think the bone's harder than the skin's harder than the bone. Which do you want?
Oh my god, Kory.
So just to remind you guys, this is a single room residence that you've purchased.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, for a goblin, it's pretty big.
Maida roll. You see Maida just roll over in her like bedding. She just glares
She was
at
in the
you.
corner, facing away from us.
Yeah, she was facing the wall. You see her. She rolls over you. She's glaring at you.
What do you want the bone for?
She sits up and she looks a bit shocked. I wasn't expecting you to butcher the thing.
You said save the bone.
She just lays back down. She's like, tell me if you discover anything exciting.
All right.
Karmeon will just pass the chitinous metal off to the metal skin off to the goblin.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Just there you go. Don't say I never got you anything.
He'll also attempt to take the bone.
Karmeon does not stop him.
And then he'll do a couple of things. He'll put the bone inside like a little mixture to basically bleach and clean it.
Okay. Will this mixture strip off like
The flesh and stuff.
Well,
Or
you've done a good job of that already.
Yeah.
Just the okay, great. So it takes care of like the tendon and muscle and such.
yes.
The meaty bits.
So that way you can string it up or whatever she
Gross.
wants to do with it later.
Oh my god. She didn't want to do anything with it.
You want it as a trophy. We're turning it into a trophy.
Oh my god.
This is
This is
your
like
fault.
the darkest version of arts and crafts here.
It is.
And then
Okay.
I hate it.
for the chitinous skin, Pestle will try out various things, like seeing how well a bit of acid or a little bit of fire would do along the edges of it, see how it holds up against various things.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's quite resistant
Science.
to the acid and other like forms of abuse you give it. However, the fire is very effective, and Pestle probably has to rush a little to keep the fire from spreading and doing more damage.
The skin is extremely flammable.
Oh. Maybe we should have set it on fire.
Did you have fire?
No.
I have poison. I could make fire, but it would take time.
You keep focusing. I mean, what that dust you said? That's a better idea, Karmeon suggests, while working at the table.
There are many things to make. Unfortunately, I'll have to go pay for ingredients.
Oh. I'm sorry?
Yes. That explains so much. I've been looking at the wrong character sheet this entire time.
Were you looking?
I've been staring at Peykome's possessions.
Oh,
I'm like, where is all of my potions? Why do I only have 2 Thaler?
Pour one out for
Wait.
Picome.
She still has 2 Thaler?
no, you took the tooth Thaler already. We just didn't modify it off Pickome's possession.
the loot goblin rises in Kory.
Yeah.
She's not gonna use it.
Yes, you already used that rationale to take it in the first place.
All right. How are the markets looking right now, Kevin?
Well, the Antique Plaza is certainly in a state. Were you to go down there, you would discover that many of the hawkers who normally occupy the region aren't there. There's upturned cobblestone here or there. The fountain itself is smashed, with no water flowing from it anymore. There are a handful of stalls over on the eastern side of the square where the guard had kind of poured forth from. The south, where they might have also poured forth from. Oh, wow, that got away from me. Poured forth from, may have seen some heavier fighting, so it's a little less occupied as well because there's still a bit of a cleaning effort going.
All right. Would
That's-
I be able to, in relation with my skill, if I paid for like ingredients specifically, could I like essentially roll?
At an advantage, are you asking?
Or no, to like be able to make potions myself, like at a reduced price, get ingredients. You know what I mean? Instead of just straight up buying the potions, because there's still the chance it would fail.
Yeah. So, the alchemy role sort of covers your ability to find what you need to make potions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that your options are essentially to roll at something of a penalty because you're in Thistlehold, so that you will have a much harder time finding what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, you can just choose to pay for certain ingredients. Now, the shop that you would use is not in the Antique Plaza, so you don't really need to worry about the state of that place.
Okay.
But they don't. So you could probably, let's see. What are you looking to make first off?
3 things. He's looking to make whey bread, elemental essence, and what would be a master elixir is the wraith dust that turns ghosts corporeal. So that would probably be the hardest one, whereas whey bread's common and elemental is adept or common. I have to pull up the sheet.
Hmm. So you'll have to buy some of those probably if you want to make them within any like close time frame, right? Because the ability is more geared towards using it infrequently.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take a look.
I
I
figured
need to
especially
pull up the
for
shop.
the wraith dust, considering that would be a harder
Yeah,
material to acquire.
so definitely finding the things for Wraith Dust just about is definitely a no-go. And there's not really much of a chance that the people who have it would sell it because it's more valuable to them to use it and sell the result.
Mhm.
Excuse me. So if we go to, let's see, trade, is that where it is?
Abilities.
Sailor's Drugstore.
Slap.
Yeah, so you'll probably want to go to the Thaler's Drugstore, which is, you've been there, well, you haven't been there, but Maira has been there previously, to buy some of Skanander's potions.
If we're going shopping, Mira will help.
So
Yeah.
essentially, his ultimate goal is to do 1 roll of novice, 1 roll of adept, and 1 roll of master.
Yeah, okay. So you did make potions just yesterday, right?
Yeah, using the stolen ingredients to make the weird stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
We've got the weird concentration and the weird wraith dust.
Weird Wraith Dust. Okay, yeah. So if you want Wraith Dust, you'll definitely just have to buy it. So what were the other things that you mentioned?
He wanted to make whey bread for the trip, and then elemental essence.
So whey bread is 1 Thaler each, and elemental essence is 2 Thaler each. Oh yeah, it gives you extra damage. I see.
It also gives me damage of the elemental type, like fire.
Yeah, you have to pick as you're making it.
And it could apply to an entire quiver of arrows, Stella. Think of all the fire.
So yeah, if you want to negotiate for it, what rank is elemental essence? Is that an adept roll?
Yeah, that's the adept. Novice would be the waybread.
The waybread. Okay, yeah. So you can kind of buy at a discounted rate the components for those, and then do a pair of rolls, which is a little jank interpretation of alchemy, but that's fine. And you'll have to buy the wraith dust just straight up.
All right. So then Pestle would probably tell that to Karmeon of how like the ingredients for wraith dust are super rare, and basically anyone who has it, you're gonna have to buy the potion from them.
Now, the alternative that you have, if you do choose to take an excursion out into Davokar, you'll be able to find things. But if you make like 4 alchemy rolls in town, it might be a while before you're capable of doing that again. So just keep that.
Yeah, so then we'll just stick with the waybread chance and the elemental chance for now.
Okay. Are you going to buy any wraith dust?
Pestle's poor as shit, so probably not Pestle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
How much money does Meira have right now?
He needs a couple more knives first.
Meira has 23 thaler.
Alrighty. So let's see. I'd say, excuse me, for 5 shillings and 1 thaler, so 1.5 thaler, you can buy the supplies to do your own rolls for elemental essence and waybread and see how much you get.
All right. So then we will start with the waybread at 0, since I bought the ingredients, or
yes, because yeah, I'd say it's 0, just because if you do make it, you'll be making like a mad profit here.
Unless I roll a 1.
Unless you roll, well, that would be great. If you roll a 20,
no, I mean I roll a 1 for the amount.
Oh yes, that's true. But the
hey, look at
potential
the 20.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh no.
Okay. So roll to confirm that. All right, you're fine. So that was master alchemist.
That was the waybread roll.
Yeah, you did mention that. Okay, so the waybread goes horribly wrong.
It's
Somewhere
all
along the
burnt
line,
and super hard.
yeah, somewhere along the line, like a drying agent did a little too much, and it's more like a whey rock than a whey bread.
Are we sure it's just not one giant rectangular 3-foot by 5-foot chunk of granola?
Can I roll to throw a rock of whey bread at Karmeon?
Yes, you can just do it for free.
All right, I throw a rock of whey bread at Karmeon.
Oh, that's funny.
Roll for damage.
No, Karmeon will try and eat this thing.
Oh no.
All right, roll for damage.
Is it bad?
It is really bad, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, it was almost critically bad.
That's this is whey bread?
They gave me the wrong yeast.
Did they give you any yeast? What yeast is the wrong? That. No. No? No. Karmeon sets it down on the table. Actually, Karmeon sets it down on the table, and then he's like, do you think it'll go bad? Like,
No.
Karmeon weighs down some papers with it.
So you've got rocks now.
Paperweight. It's a shield.
Made a shield out of whey bread.
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
hold
It's
on.
armor.
Wait, we gotta see how many bad rolls of whey bread we made. All right, we made 6 terrible rolls.
You
of
have
whey.
6 chunks that could be used in construction.
Oh,
All right, go ahead and make your roll for the elemental essence.
It's
Great.
a very good roll.
Okay. And okay, so you have 1 very solid, and solid in the sort of positive sense rather than the tangible sense, like the whey bread. vial of elemental essence. What element is this?
It is gonna be fire.
Fire. You made fire elemental essence. Sounds great.
Sounds handy.
Very handy, very handy. Any other shopping that you're doing right now?
He's gonna ask Karmeon to go buy him some daggers or some throwing knives.
Yo, I have a lot of throwing weapons. I have 4 throwing weapons in my inventory.
Why are you just hoarding all these throwing weapons?
I picked them up at some point. I don't remember when. Meira holds out these throwing weapons for you.
Yeah, so the throwing weapons that you have are mostly from the bandits who ambushed you as you were traveling to the Ordo Magica on your return last.
The ones with the fancy hat.
Mm-hmm.
Singular hat.
Yep.
Okay. So I've got a fishing line and hook. Does that mean 1? Or is that kind of like a kit? What I'm asking is, with the intention of being out in the wilderness for some time, and probably looking for a source of food, would you say that it would make more sense to stock up on multiples of these?
Yeah, I'd recommend getting a couple more. So the fishing line and hook costs 3 ortegs, which is very little. So I think that probably encompasses just a single unit of each.
Okay.
At the very least, you'd want more hooks, because you could potentially make lines in the wild. Making the hook would be hard.
Yeah, there's also a fishing net that you can buy for 1 shilling.
Uh-oh, don't tell Mayura.
I'm starting to make a list.
Mayura, there's also a flute that you can buy.
Flute, F-L-U-T-E.
An hourglass.
Oh! Hour.
Wait, what's the hourglass insanely expensive?
Yeah, it's
4
4
thaler. I'm looking at the list right now. We have a spyglass that we haven't used once, and that cost me 10 thaler.
Yes.
There's a drum. I have
Are
crayons.
we turning into a marching band? The laugh of we're all bards now.
I stand in the middle.
All right. So what were these throwing weapons you held out to me?
They're daggers.
Just regular throwing knives?
Probably of ill quality and care, given they were held by bandits and then shoved away, potentially with their blood still on them.
I don't know if there's worse quality than generic, you got this for free. It's a throwing knife.
No,
Yeah.
Maida would have cleaned them. Maida has taken really good care of all of her things so far.
Like the cursed dagger she's carrying around everywhere that she'll tell no one about ever.
Don't worry about it. Yo, we can buy a fort for 2,000 thaler.
Let's not do that. How many throwing knives are you gonna give Pestle?
4. All of
4?
them. Just take them.
Alright, Pestle's got a lot of throwing knives now. And I have to number
Let me
all of
remove
these.
them from my inventory.
Yeah, so speaking of going and buying throwing knives,
You no longer need to do that.
yeah, I know, I'm not gonna because I don't need to. But what are we getting?
Well, Maida's going to focus on getting basic supplies that we're going to need to survive. So torches, a fishing net, some fishing materials.
Fish?
No, we catch the fish.
We eat the fish.
We already have a tent that we never used. Let me look at this inventory here. 'Cause we have a lot of stuff we never used.
As Mayura stares at all the stuff she's wasted money on.
We still have a
You know
grappling
what
hook.
was useful? Bear traps.
Was it though? You literally set them out and then the giant freaking snake like rolled over them and then they just kind of just were on the snake. They were like an
That wasn't
accessory.
the only thing that
You
they
know,
were-
a bear trap sounds very useful for perimeter defense.
Yeah, no, they were. We stopped.
Okay, 2 bear traps.
We could
One
even coat
thaler.
them with poison if we were worried.
That sounds like an awful idea. Holy crap.
Could we coat them in fire?
Oh my god.
Can I use elemental essence on a bear trap to make it a flaming bear trap?
Thought elemental essence protected you from.
No, that's a protective oil.
Oh,
The one that says protective on it.
right.
Elemental essence gives you 1d4 of the element of your choice when making it. For an
Okay.
entire quiver of arrows.
Yeah. So bear trap, fishing net, fishing line.
She's gonna get some extra rope.
Some whey bread.
Yeah, whey
We
bread?
got,
You want a
we got
horse?
all the whey bread we could ever want.
No, we don't. Whey bread is 1 thaler each. Holy crap.
Well, yeah, it's food that doesn't spoil.
Yeah, maybe normal bread.
She's gonna
Just
get 5
more-
whey bread.
But what about normal bread? And we get more normal bread when we get to halfway.
It's fine. This is
It's
my money. I
fine.
can spend it how I want to. If I want to get another dog, I can get another dog. Okay, Mom?
You don't even take care of your current
Oh, we already
dog.
have a fishing net. Fuck, I need to read. I should read this.
Stella, please.
We have a whistle. We have a pocket mirror. Here, I'll just read what we have.
No, let's not.
Okay.
You
Alright.
might want to get the wraith dust unless you want to search through the woods to help me find ingredients along the way.
Why don't we do both?
Yeah, we should do both.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to pitch in any money for helping this fund? Or I guess we can just split it 3 ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just
Split it
3 ways.
3 ways.
Wraith dust is
How
2
much money do
thaler
you think
each.
goblins start with?
So we're gonna get 3.
Because it's 5
6?
shillings.
Wow, you're poor.
Yeah, that's what being a goblin is.
I'm sorry.
You no, don't let him do that because we have seen him make more money than we have recently.
Yeah, so by using you to make the money for me.
He's good for it.
What is the weather like? Do we know
What?
if the travel is going to be like a change of region, basically, weather-wise?
You mean, is it gonna get super cold or super hot?
Yeah. Do we know?
So,
Quick, Karmeon, roll cartographer.
Yeah, I mean, Karmeon is a lore master, so he knows a decent bit. The travel out to Karvasti, the biome's going to be very similar, aside from being a forest. But as far as climate goes, it won't be all that different.
Okay.
And it is, let's see, what time of year is it? I suppose it's like late spring right now.
Okay.
So you won't have to really worry too much about cold or snow or things like that. The farther north you go, the less warm it will be, but you aren't really gaining that much altitude for the course you've plotted, I think.
And how are we doing on healing and stuff? I have 1 week antidote.
I have none.
I think that Karmeon has 3, but let me double check.
I have 1 herbal cure.
Karmeon in his equipment has 4 herbal cures.
Okay.
1 whey bread and a rented house for 2 weeks, which is probably going on like 1.5 weeks.
I have something in my inventory called chewing resin. I don't remember what that is.
It's a resin you chew on.
Oh. Thanks.
I'm not sure that did it.
I'm pretty sure you got it last session.
No.
Yeah.
I got it between acquiring whey bread and herbal cure.
Or you just put things in weird.
No, I don't. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Okay.
We're off to see the Waybread.
Elixir of life.
Those are dangerous.
But we might need one. I'm gonna get one of life times 1. Oh, 6 sailor. Fuck.
Yep, they're expensive.
Listen, that thing saved my life. Okay. 6, 12, 15,
7 but
16, 5, 16, and 8 shilling for this. Will this be awful if I post it in here like that?
yes.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
All
fine.
right.
reasonable.
Pestle will contribute 5 shilling.
Is that all you have?
No.
You're awful.
What?
Okay, so pesting is good. Pesting.
Testing.
Has basically bought the torches, the fishing line and hook, and the paper.
Okay, given that Pestle's contributions are huge, like nothing,
Wow.
Karmeon and
Someone's
Mayra
asking to be poisoned in their sleep.
will be 50-50. Yeah?
50? Okay.
Okay.
So what's half of, 11 Thaler, 12 Thaler,
Don't forget to minus 5 shillings from the
18
total.
Thaler, so 9 Thaler each.
Alright.
Seems like a good way for people to have lost money.
So 9 thaler, and 5 shillings. But you
Yes.
do have all those supplies now, so that's solid. And anything else that you aim to set up?
I'm ready for Mayra to just toss her pack into the river and we lose everything.
Oh god. No, we're splitting this up. So she's gonna take 1 rope. She's gonna give the paper to Karmeon. She's gonna take half the torches, 5 torches. Take all the fishing lines. Give the bear traps to Karmeon. Take 1 rope. She'll take 3 waybread.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll take the elixir of life.
Excuse me, I paid 5 shilling? Where's my return of investment?
You can have her wraith dust.
Oh, do we each take 1 Wraith Dust?
Yeah? Question mark?
Question mark. Mayra wants it all for herself.
No? I just listed what I took, and that was not on
I
the list.
appreciate Mayra's generosity in that
She
a
doesn't know
single
what to
vial of Wraith Dust costs 2 thaler. And Pestle contributed 5 shillings and then got 1.
It's fine, just make it useful!
Alright, fantastic. So what do you set up for next?
I should buy more soap.
I mean, you wouldn't have to buy more soap if you didn't just throw it at everything.
5 Ortegs? Alright, I'm gonna spend 1 shilling to get 2 things of soap.
Was that why you gave me all your throwing weapons? Because you were just going to go buy some soap to replace it?
Yeah. I got frozen by some fucking magical crystal again.
Yo, what if we use Wraith Dust on the crystal?
Well, we're not going back there, so we'll never know.
What are you talking about? Isn't this campaign just us going back to the ruins?
The same
Certainly
ruins.
am not.
Kevin's like, please, I
Oh
want to
no,
move
there
on.
was a cave in. The entrance is blocked. Meh.
Well, it's a good thing we know the other entrance.
Oh, that one's blocked too. A boulder fell out into the sky.
I'm not really convinced you'd be able to get back. But what do you guys do next?
Wow, Maida has taken a success. Maida is done shopping.
Okay.
I think we've got everything we'd want for traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Maida looks over all of the supplies they have, and as a seasoned adventurer, traveler, hunter,
Mm-hmm.
barbarian.
She would know if she's missing something. DM, is there anything that's like she's glaringly missing?
What do you have for food supplies other than the whey bread right now?
Chewing resin.
Resin. Okay, well, you're a little light on food for a long trip, right? That said, you are going to be able to find some in the forest, so if you're setting time aside to hunt and try and find supplies and sustain yourself that way, you should be fine. That said, if you're just eating whey bread, you're going to run out well before you get to Karvasti, much less anywhere beyond that.
So are you telling me
Also-
that I should buy a chicken?
Well,
And bring a
Paycoma's gone.
chicken.
You don't have to worry about getting chickens anymore.
I'm certainly not telling you that.
Have a travel chicken, one egg
You would
a
have
day.
to feed the chicken. So
Here-
you would also need
Here's some
chicken.
grass chicken. Feast.
Also, we need horse feed.
We don't have a horse anymore.
What?
We do.
Oh.
Charmian refused to let you sell his horse.
Oh right. Oh, oh, it
You
rolled
do
around
still
in the
have a
mud.
horse. It did? Yeah.
All right. Well, the horse not made is problem.
Nope.
Come in, we'll buy some feed. When he goes.
Which is probably why Karmeon was offended when your suggestion was sell his horse.
Ooh, there's a shovel. I'm gonna buy this shovel. It's 3 shilling.
You have a problem.
No, trust me. This shovel is gonna be a very important thing in the future. I'm gonna rub it in your face.
Like the spyglass?
That one. Just wait. There's gonna be a moment. There's gonna be a
Yeah,
moment.
there's gonna be a moment when we're finally at sea, and then we'll ask the captain to see their spyglass.
Rubbing the shovel in V's face is definitely more use out of a shovel than we've gotten out of a spyglass.
I love my
But yeah,
spyglass.
Karmeon will grab up some horse feed, from the stable when he picks up his horse.
Sure, that sounds fine. Let's see. That's gonna be
17 Thaler.
no. It's pretty cheap. I just can't find it.
Yeah, but are you charging him for how much that horse had to be cleaned?
No, Mayra already had to pay that.
Yeah, I already paid it.
How spotless is his horse right now?
Oh, it's very well cared for.
If not very well trained.
I could have sworn I've seen that list.
Yeah, I have as well, but I'm not gonna sweat it too much. It's not very expensive, but
I mean, if a dog was
know
like
where it got off to.
3 Orteg, I would assume the feed wouldn't be that much.
Probably like an Orteg a day. Because, like, stew is 1 Orteg.
Yeah, I'd say that's reasonable, and we'll just go with it so as not to belabor the point too much.
Okay.
Karmeon always making things difficult by having a horse.
Sounds good. And all right, so now what's the plan? Are you gonna head out kind of the next morning and
Yeah, I think so.
get to going?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else that anyone would like to do in Pistlehold before taking off?
Pestle is gonna string up the troll finger bone into a necklace.
Okay, great.
Maida is going to go out to dinner with Rayvold and Bonecrusher.
I thought you were just gonna say Bone Crusher, and I just imagined the two of you sitting across a table, candles lit.
I thought
Bone
about
Crusher's
it.
face smashed into a bowl of soup.
So Maida's gonna spend a thaler to treat Rayvold out and spend some time with him and also Bonecrusher. So like
Okay.
a nice night out.
Is Karmeon
Does
gonna?
Karmeon, does Karmeon treat his clerk gentleman friend out to dinner as well?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
date
I
night,
think he'll
Karmeon.
definitely go out, say goodbye to anyone who has been like make it clear he's going to be gone for a while from the local meeting of the Society of Individuals Interested in Early Symbar Pottery
What's the
Artifacts.
acronym for that?
It's SHUTUP.
Shoot up.
Shut up.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Moving on.
Yes.
So the following morning, you leave Thistlehold behind. You pass out the north gate, and you venture into Davokar once more. The trip from Davokar to Karvasti is going to run you about 120 to 140 kilometers. So the pace of travel for an ordinary group is 20 kilometers a day. You can go faster with like forced marches and such, but those can be a little grueling.
Death March, please.
What about a group where 2 people can be on the horse the whole time?
No. Nah, one person is on the horse any of
If
the
the other
time.
person is also a goblin who can be on the horse.
The goblin isn't. Okay, the goblin hasn't been mean to Karmeon's horse yet. So is the goblin complimenting Karmeon's horse?
What? Mean to your horse?
I mean, while you're gone on your date, Pestle is gonna give an apple to your horse.
Okay, well, I guess the goblin gets to ride the horse if Karmeon's not riding it or Karmeon's not resting it, which means he gets to ride it like 1/8 of the time.
Hey, that's a lot of time,
It's
honestly.
actually about 180 kilometers to get to Karvasti. So, yeah, what kind of
This map is
pace are you going to set?
huge.
Yeah, it is on the larger side, isn't it?
This is a tiny forest. You want to just go to Jarek's sinkhole just cuz?
No, we're on a mission. So Maida would probably be leading.
I could lead too.
Can you?
Very discreet, very vigilant.
All right. You know what? Go for it.
Okay.
Maida will kind of linger behind the horse, not too close, because you never stand too close.
What pace have you set for yourselves as a group?
Pestle?
So a day's march is 20 kilometers a day, and a forced march would be 30 kilometers a day. The cost of a forced march is that you are, I mean, it's first off, it's unpleasant, right? So you're not going to be having a great time. But secondly, you don't have any healing when you're going 30 kilometers. And then a
That's what-
death march would be faster, yeah, at 40 kilometers. And
Oh
it
yeah,
actually
Death March.
works.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
No.
We'd probably be set for the 20 since we were told there wasn't a rush or a time limit on this.
Okay.
So not killing ourselves
So
on
you
the
head
way.
out at 20 kilometers a day, and you're gonna make
I'm
a lot
ready.
of rolls.
Are we gonna
I'm ready
try to stick?
fail the first roll and get a 19.
Are we gonna try
Are you
to
trying to
stick
stick?
to the trade route? Because we were told that there's one between Karvasti and Thistlehold.
Yeah, so there's a fairly established path leading from Thistlehold to Karvasti that you can follow. It won't really make travel quicker, but it will give you an advantage towards kind of avoiding encounters because it's more trafficked.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. My first navigation roll. What am I doing?
Yeah, so you're gonna roll your discreet at a benefit of 3,
Ooh.
so plus 3. Okay, your first day is pretty quiet and uneventful.
I'm
You
very
have
good with plants.
1 or 2 groups on their way back towards Thistlehold, but that's about the extent of the excitement. There's no real sounds that sound out of place or other encounters to speak of. You have 8 more rolls to
Oh
reach
god,
the
that's
velocity.
so many rolls.
Now your next roll is at +2.
Minus.
+2.
That changed fast. Hey, look, it's a 20.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So
Confirm?
yeah, go
Wow.
ahead and
Do we confirm? I thought at 20 we just.
so the 20 is on the actual encounter table. So that's not the one that would give you 2 tests unless he fails. In which
Okay.
case that will probably be the penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you do fail, which just means that you have an encounter. So go ahead and roll a 1d20.
What's the worst that could happen? It's a 20 and then a 19?
Yes, I think so.
It's
8.
an 8.
So you get an 8.
That's great. That's low.
Look, and then this will reset our discrete counter, and then we're guaranteed like 1 free day in between encounters. We're making twice the pace we did with Mayor.
Wow.
That's targeted.
Well, you know what? Being at the back means Maida will be able
It
to
means
run
you
away.
won't constantly get stabbed all the time.
True.
I suppose Karmeon is in the front.
Are you on the horse or beside?
We're gonna find out.
What do you mean we're gonna
I
find
feel
out?
like you have
I'm gonna
to
roll.
say. Oh.
No, I'm gonna roll.
One
On
means
a
on the
1,
horse.
you're on the horse. On
Oh,
a 3 to 4, nobody is on the horse. On a 5 to 8, Karmeon is on the horse.
What if it's a 2?
On a well,
You
yeah.
said 1, 3 to 4, 5 to 8.
You're right. I did.
Was it 2? We
to
forgot
4
the horse.
would have been Karmeon. And Karmeon is on the horse.
Okay, yeah. So Pestle is scampering about in the front, leading the group along. Karmeon is on the horse, and Meira is kind of bringing up the rear, eyes peeled. And excuse me.
And then Karmeon makes a ton of noise with his war horse, and we're suddenly
Not
spotted.
a war horse. It's just a big horse.
Yeah. So as you're traveling along, you do run into a turn in the path where visibility is limited. And shortly after, you reach this bend where you can't see too much. You hear a bit of movement off to one side, and you may kind of quiet down and stop. And from the tree line off towards the right, in this very flat, it's almost like a plain, except there are a lot of trees, but the trees are somewhat sparsely spaced out, and there isn't a heck of a lot of underbrush. And before long, from amongst the trees off to the right, you see these creatures pop out. And, oops.
Is it a boar?
No, it would be an boar.
So it is not actually an boar. It is a low-lying swarm. I'm sorry, Kory. A low-lying swarm of spiders.
I don't mind spiders.
Oh, you don't mind spiders? Okay, I
do
thought you
mind
did.
spiders.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, anyone who does mind spiders.
I do.
But these
Alright, we're turning-
spiders are a little larger than the size of a fist or so, and there are just it's like kind of like a carpet of them that
Ugh.
This is not
crawl
okay.
around the base of a tree,
Can we fight a necrolich?
drawn
Yeah.
by the sounds
Can
of
we-
your travel.
Can we find a necro
Swarm onto the path
instead?
and kind of break off into these 2 distinct groups.
I am also going to pretend that every time he says spider, he means
Necrolich.
something else. Literally
boar.
anything else.
Right, just imagine this swarming carpet of a boar.
Tiny geese.
A swarming carpet
Geese!
of 8-legged geese.
Geese. Okay, that's better. Oh.
8-legged, multifaceted, fanged geese.
Okay,
With
no, that's
poisonous
better.
with poisonous venom.
Okay, that's better. Oh, literally still better.
All right. So you're entering combat. Let's
No.
take a look at our little turn order and get rid of some of these folks that don't matter anymore.
We talk about the guards are still helping us.
Can we fight the
There's,
dead?
I don't think you want that.
Can we
No, we
witness
figured out how to
someone
damage
else
it
fight
now.
it instead?
Eder hurt.
Okay. So Karmeon, it is your turn. You are on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
There are spiders.
Look at my
I like that
horse.
they're
My
named
horse
Edders.
is amazing.
An Eder herd. I like that they're using the old spider name. Yeah, Karmeon. I do. They're gonna get to us before Karmeon could necessarily collect Meira and Pestle and run away.
I mean,
let's
you
say.
could just pick up. Pestle.
They would reach you in the process.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
then we
poor.
leave.
Yeah, but then we're exposing the horse, and Karmeon likes his horse.
Yeah, but do you have
so-
enough antidote for 1,000 spider goose?
No, but Karmeon will leap off of his horse and command it to go down the trail a little bit, and then whip out at least his stiletto.
And when you say down the trail, you mean kind of like back? So
Back,
behind
yes.
you? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Just making sure. Okay, so that's Karmeon's turn, which
And-
makes it...
Now it's the terrible turn.
It is the terrible turn. So Pestle is in the front. Karmeon is now
Middle.
grounded in
Yeah.
the middle. Okay, so the first swarm approaches Pestle, and it will kind of churn around Pestle's feet, and spiders will start to kind of try to climb up Pestle's legs and find spots that they can bite.
Illegal.
So go ahead and roll defense at -5.
Okay, so it's a guaranteed hit.
Is it really?
My defense is 3.
What?
Your defense is 3?
This is
Yeah,
awful.
you didn't give enough XP to get the ability.
Okay, you negate 4 damage. So they do hit you, but they do not manage to penetrate your armor.
You're hoping for Sixth Sense. So was Dane, and that was part of my build.
Your little spider things do not reach Pestle. The second swarm gathers about around Karmeon and attempts the same. Roll to defend at -5.
Meira, light me on fire.
With pleasure.
-4, you said.
No, -5. Okay. So they do not manage to find purchase on Karmeon's boots as he dances about, manages to keep them off.
Oddly,
Meira.
they seem to have trouble with silk robes.
Meira, it is your turn.
Okay, Meira will draw her bow.
This is where she just shoots me, isn't it?
Yes, they have master acrobatics.
Oh my god. Do they? We'll find
They
out.
do not. They do not have master acrobatics.
Ooh, Meira is going to move and climb a
Okay.
tree.
Are you gonna pin the horde of spiders?
Maybe. I'm climbing a tree. That probably uses something.
It certainly does. It uses your movement.
Okay.
And let's. So you didn't have your bow out, right? You're going to be drawing it. So go ahead and make an acrobatics roll to kind of handle climbing and getting into a position where you can attack from smoothly.
Okay. Should I use my acrobatics? Sorry, quick?
Yes. Yep. But you can put it at like a +2
Okay.
on account of having acrobatics.
Okay. Meira is acrobatic.
Excellent. Yeah. So you're all set. She nimbly scales the tree and kind of finds a spot to wedge herself.
Mhm.
So go ahead and attack if you'd like.
Okay. So she's going to use marksman. Master.
And that ignores armor, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
spiders have armor.
Go ahead and attack. The modifier is -3
Okay.
to hit these spiders.
Oops.
Oh god.
Okay. So an arrow thuds down, but I mean the spiders are ever moving and shifting, so it's pretty tricky to hit them.
Huh?
And the arrow just kind of hits into the ground amidst the spiders, which makes it Pestle's turn.
I'm gonna try to light a torch.
Okay. You don't need a roll. That's you can just do that. It'll
right.
probably take your turn, I think. Well, so how is Pestle carrying torches?
Probably just like under his cloak where he keeps everything in like various little loops.
Oh.
He's naked underneath his
Does-
cloak and
does-
he wears ropes
Does
that attach
Pestle
things.
have a pack?
There's a small one.
Okay. But he's carrying the torches in little like shady sunglass salesman loops on
Yeah.
the inside of his cloak. Okay,
Along
alright.
with all of his knives.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that makes sense because goblins would definitely, like,
Are these goblin-sized torches?
I mean, we probably just like snapped the torch in half and
Okay,
we're like,
alright.
here,
No, that's good. I just want the right mental picture. That's all. It's fine.
it's a club. It's a club that we
Go
lit
ahead,
on
go ahead.
fire.
So you pull out a torch and you light it. If it's in a quick access loop inside your cloak, that can just take your movement.
Alright. And then I'm gonna wildly wave it at the spiders.
Okay. So yeah, you are going to be rolling to attack at -3.
Alright. So that is strong. Alright. I have a 10% chance for this attack to land.
Uh-huh.
The reason why I said wildly waving.
Yeah, so they skitter this way and that, and manage to avoid the fire. Every time this torch kind of scours the ground, you just kind of see them part around it, and for a moment they kind of stay away from probably the little flicker of an ember here or there that gets knocked free. Karmeon, it is your turn.
They aren't burning!
Karmeon really, really, really emotively feels for his friend Pestle, because he understands what it was like to be struggling to learn how to not die in this horrible, horrible world, especially being bad at hitting things.
Uh-huh.
But we're gonna have to put a pin on that in that's a later problem. He's going to whip out his rapier and set forth with stabbing away at the little spider's underfoot.
Yeah, okay. So go right ahead. It is a modifier of -3.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is how we die, not with a bang, but with a spider.
So go ahead and roll again. Okay, so fortunately it is not a fumble, it is just an attack that
Alright.
misses.
He flails down with stiletto and rapier alike at the thing's
It
underfoot.
doesn't connect to
He
anything.
feels reminiscent of his
Here-
own thoughts
Alright,
about
so
Pestle.
what we didn't mention
Yeah.
And I think it's why everyone is, why we're struggling and why everyone, this seems a little bit ridiculous. It's not just that they're, you thought tarantulas. They're
Mhm.
jumping at her.
Jumping.
They're jumping at her
Oh.
herd.
They're all daddy long legs.
No, they're not clumsy daddy long legs, and they are not mighty tarantulas. They are, call them Portia.
They're Brazilian flying spiders.
They're
So
jumping.
I will read. I didn't describe this because
Please don't.
Here, go ahead and describe it. I'm gonna grab some clementines. I'll be right back.
No, you get back here.
Continue.
You gotta wait for it to come back and then describe it.
yeah.
Meanwhile, in cat lore, I looked over to the right and saw my cat stretched all the way up trying to rip a shelf off the wall.
Meanwhile, in
Why
wife
not?
lore, she's doing her nails.
Okay. So you two are the ones being attacked, and it is the
Yeah.
editor's turn. So we can go ahead and take care of those rolls.
We don't have to do
Each,
that.
if each of you would roll to defend at -5.
Okay. If I roll a 1, do I succeed this?
Yes, that is a critical success.
Well, wouldn't you have to confirm?
Yes.
Ouch. Oof, my face.
So you don't manage. So you negate 1 damage. So that is a little bit. So you're going to take 2 points of damage, Pestle.
And then let me guess, now I'm poisoned.
Well, funny you should say that. Yes.
Great.
So you can go ahead and roll strong
Uh-huh. Yeah, wonderful.
at 0 at a neutral modifier.
Oh,
that was really close.
Oh!
Okay, so you're gonna take 2 points of poison damage.
Okay, since these were 2 separate instances, that means I don't hit my pain threshold, right?
Correct. Yes, this does not hit your pain threshold. It is
Your
just
pain
a separate.
threshold is 3, isn't it?
Yes.
That is really low.
I'm a goblin with 5 strong.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. So you took 2 points of poison damage. Kory, you rolled to defend, and they missed.
Carmeon dances away
Yeah.
as ever.
Whose
So,
idea
yeah,
was it to put you in the
More
front?
spiders are crawling up Pestle's armor.
Whose idea
you can
was it
see
for spiders?
that about the lower half of Pestle is just covered in swarming spiders right now. And one of them does manage to bite through a gap in the armor somewhere and poisons him. Mayura, it is your turn. Oh, also, what I was going to read
Wow.
is that traditionally the Edda herds lay in wait in treetops that lean over the water and attack warm bodies on board boats passing underneath. So they will often drop from canopies onto their prey.
We really could have had this happen worse, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I chose a pretty nice way of introducing them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't wait till we were on a boat, so unable to fight back.
So,
Isn't it Mayura's turn?
Yeah.
It is.
oh yeah.
Because Karmeon was speaking like he was about to do an action.
No, I'm thinking more, but
So
yeah.
-3 to attack.
Yes.
Nice, you did
Fantastic. So go ahead and confirm.
No, that was 1 damage, not.
Oh shoot, you're right.
So it hits. It's armor penetrating, and I get backstab.
1d4? Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll the additional damage. Okay, so you do 3 damage all told,
She's
which
still the
because it
whole
is
spider.
a swarm. Okay. And what are these fellas?
They're Edda herds.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, great. It is now Pestle's turn.
Please don't sass the DM.
I'm covered in spiders. I'm allowed to sass the DM right now.
Zombie, clip that.
All right, my new plan.
Mhm.
Can I throw my torch at his swarm of spiders?
You can.
Like, this is how I hit things.
Well, you can't tell him to not,
Yeah, I'm not telling him to not. I just
All right, what's my role, Kevin?
So just an accurate roll,
You
right?
mean vigilant, right?
I guess I do mean vigilant because you have Sixth Sense,
And
and it is at -3.
that's a crit.
All right, roll to confirm.
We did it, boys,
Nice. Okay, so you do critically hit these spiders.
with my torch.
Yeah. So let's say that a torch does 1d4,
1d6 fire.
Yeah, we can say it does 1d4 damage. What a benefit from the crit are you gonna take?
What are the options?
I have no idea.
Hold on, we
I
have
thought
a
it was-
handout, don't we?
damage on default, and
Yeah, I think it is. Let's...
It was-
Oops.
Look, it's been a long time since I've.
We haven't been in combat for a while, yeah, or had to deal with this particular. So
It was mostly just enemies critically missing Karmeon.
yeah.
Karmeon being unable to do anything to them.
Ever since
dear.
we got accuracy, like everything got much worse.
19. Let me come back to that later.
It's raining spiders. Hallelujah, it's raining spiders.
Yeah, so a perfect hit gives you 1d6 extra damage. So go ahead and roll a 1d4 for the amount of damage that it does, and then go ahead and roll 1d6 for additional damage that it does. Okay, so that's 7 points of damage, and since it's fire damage, you manage to so Pestle slings this half torch out in Karmeon's direction, and it bounces on the ground just shy of Karmeon's feet and kind of spins around. And as it sweeps through the swarm of spiders that are trying to climb the man, it just ignites many of them, and they kind of crackle and
Pop. Yeah, spiders pop.
They do, in fact, which is gross. But it's happening right now, and that does exceed the spiders. Mayra, which spiders were you attacking?
The ones on him. So not the ones on Karmeon.
Okay.
Are you shooting my spiders?
Yes.
Like, him is not that descriptive.
Which is why I continued.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's good. Okay, so you did exceed the spider's pain threshold, so you can kind of choose what you want to do with that.
Can I knock down all of the spiders?
You can, yeah. So the spiders won't actually be knocked down, but effectively they are swarming in a panic because of the fire that has suddenly sprung up in their midst, right? So that's
All of the
Wait,
spiders are on their
knocked
back now.
down.
I have knocked all of them down with a single throw of my mighty torch.
Shockwaves, man.
it did AoE. Yeah.
Alright, Karmeon, take advantage of this beautiful moment that Pestle has set up for you while being covered in spiders.
Karmeon does in fact take advantage of this, though perhaps not in the manner that one might wish, because he goes and stabs Pestle. Spiders.
Wait, no, you stabbed me.
Yes, he stabs Pestle's spiders.
okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
-3?
If you
Minus
roll
3.
a fucking 20, you just stab me in the...
Go ahead and roll to confirm.
Okay, confirming the rapier.
Yeah.
Fuck, Karmeon.
Okay. All right. So you do not hit Pestle.
Jesus.
You kind of miss. So you missed with the rapier, but you do kind of lunge down with a stiletto, and you were two spiders, side to side.
So Pestle's just over here, covered in spiders. He clears the way for Karmeon, who turns around, just jams a rapier through my cloak.
It's
Essentially.
not a critical miss.
Well, that's why it didn't hit me.
You're not close. Yeah, and in the background, the spiders near the torch dissolve away. They just scatter in every direction. They're no longer a swarm that is attacking.
Okay, so I have successfully dealt with a swarm of spiders. Someone save me. Please. Oh god, it's the
And,
spider's turn.
It is the spider's turn. They are going to continue trying to kill Pestle.
It's an auto hit, except for 1 out of 20 times 5% of 5%. Yeah.
Okay, but I blocked
1.25.
this one.
You do manage to avoid all of the damage. However, you do take a second proc of 2 poison damage.
This is illegal.
And so the spiders continue to swarm around, but they're not able to penetrate Pestle's armor at all, which is great. And it is now Mayura's turn. There are 2 people kind of scuffling about in the midst of spiders.
You're all the worst.
Maida
shoots.
says, "Stop moving.
I'm not moving. The spiders are moving.
I'm trying
He's
to hit
right.
the spiders."
Pestle, it is your turn.
Can I just light myself on fire?
No, you threw your torch away.
Do I have oil on me?
Oh dear. Do you?
We don't have that in our inventory anymore.
So,
Stop, drop, and roll.
can I throw a knife straight up into the air to do a ranged attack on the spiders?
No, you cannot.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Alright. Can I hug Karmeon to try and get the spiders onto him instead of me?
If you want another turn of spider damage, sure.
Look, there's not much I can do here.
Stop, drop, and roll.
That seems like a good way to get more spiders on me.
Wait, is your body... So, your body is a ranged attack if you throw yourself at the ground. Dane confirmed this.
Oh yeah, by jumping off of the
So
barn.
now you get to use your vigilance to throw yourself on the spiders.
Can I body slam the spiders with vigilance, Kevin?
You cannot. No.
What if I roll a crit?
All right. I want you to be aware that if you do not critically succeed, you will be prone in the midst of the spiders. But you can do this if you want.
Also, if he succeeds, he's prone in the midst of the spiders.
Damn it!
All right. So Pestle tries to flatten the spiders by dropping on them.
Did it work?
It did not work. No, they move out of the way. So Pestle is now on the ground in the midst of this swarm of spiders that surges back to engulf him. Karmeon, it is your turn.
Karmeon stabs away.
Okay. All right. So you do get a hit for 7 damage, which is going to have a modifier on it because they are a swarm. But it is still enough to banish the spiders. You kind of, with a sweep of the stiletto, which is certainly not in the manual that Karmeon read, you're able to kill like a half dozen of spiders that are kind of crawling on Pestle's back right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as whatever chemicals are given off by dead spiders are picked up by other spiders, the swarm scurries away, and you are left in the bend of this path on the way to Karvasti to yourselves. You've
Am I
successfully
still
defeated.
poisoned?
Nope. Those 2 points those 2 turns were all.
Why couldn't you have done that sooner?
Karmeon tries to help get him up.
Why did you use the torch?
But no!
It worked!
I don't know how to use a torch!
You poke it!
Mira will gracefully slink out of the tree and pick up all of her arrows. She didn't hit anything.
She didn't hit anything at all.
And then you're just gonna look at Meira. And were you shooting at me?
Yes.
I want to go home.
The spiders are on you.
Sit. Karmeon insists. And,
I've been
Basic.
bitten. I was shot at by a crazy lady. I was stabbed at by my friend.
yeah, but I got the spiders, Karmeon says, well, first shoving away his daggers and then pulling out his parrying dagger, which he forces upon Pestle. Next time bad things happen, get this out, okay?
Should I throw it?
No, do not throw it.
I'm very good at throwing daggers.
Yeah, it's not for throwing, it's for blocking. Okay? You're not...
I think daggers are for stabbing.
Just trust me on this. I'll teach you more, but just keep a hold of that, Karmeon insists, and then basically starts trying to deal with what may be horrible swelling spider bites aplenty.
Oh yeah, he is just covered in bites and bumps.
Yeah, and his little goblin skin is like puffy and irritated around the bites.
As they're doing this, Maida will keep an eye out on their surroundings.
Sounds good.
I'm ready for
Karmeon will use the one of the poultices.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that is 5 points restored to
I'm
Yes.
back down to 1 injury.
Great. Very nice.
Did Karmeon get any additional herbal cures, or was he still at 4, Stella?
We did not purchase any herbal cures.
That's fine.
How does parrying dagger work?
It gives you 1 extra hold defense.
While you have it out.
Yeah. And it's free to get out.
So if you have an empty hand, you should have it in your hand.
Did Karmeon have a free, like an extra?
Yeah, no, he's losing this.
Okay, so he gave his only parrying dagger to Pestle.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
He is down to stiletto
Just his
alone.
rapier. Gotcha.
Yeah,
No,
I was
he's
like,
got a
this is-
stiletto
Oh,
and a
okay.
parrying dagger.
I was like, this
Does
is my
the stiletto have the same
finally.
benefit?
No, the stiletto deals 1 extra damage.
Okay, so your defense now has been limited ever since you started using the stiletto for a second attack.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great.
If I had... So, I've got 4 different kinds of defense, right?
Right.
Though actually I never put out that one either. I basically haven't been using it since I got the
You got the stiletto? Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Wow, Stella just murdered a ton of Pokemon.
Stay in character.
Alright, so yeah.
So
you
you've
now
restored
have
and given him that.
that, and I now don't have that.
Alrighty. So you continue on for the rest of the day, and after a little more travel, you reach you're close to the Inor River. You aren't quite at it just yet, but you are traveling northwest towards Karvasti, and that evening you get to rest. And by the following day, you are able to recover one more point of health, which should put Pestle back to full, which is actually really nice for you.
Pestle gets to ride the whole day. And Karmeon spends the entire day explaining exactly how he's supposed to use that.
Training dagger.
Yeah, but the manual wasn't really written with goblins in mind, so almost none of this will be useful given the fact that pretty much everything that he fights, and Karmeon will like repeatedly mention, how like, there'll be a reach advantage sometimes. That's always true for Pestle.
That's why I throw it.
No, if you throw it, you hold that in your left hand, and then
He
you
puts it
get
in his
your
left hand.
and then you get your throwing daggers out with your right, and you throw those.
Right, he throws both.
Aida keeps an eye out on their surroundings.
Like immediately?
Yes, he threw them both at a tree.
Okay. So with Pestle on the horse and receiving lessons, I imagine Mayra is leading today's travel at the very least.
Aida is keeping an eye out on her surroundings.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll discreet +3.
Karmeon will fetch the day.
Oh, fuck!
Okay.
Aida goes looking for trouble.
Go ahead and roll
That was on
1d20.
purpose, y'all. Oh, jeez.
Stella, please.
This is what you get, Pestle, for fucking throwing things.
So not... Yeah, so Pestle just hucks the two daggers, the throwing dagger and the parrying dagger, off to one side, and they bury themselves deep in a tree that had done nothing wrong. And as the group slows, and I think Karmeon said that he went to fetch them.
Yeah, Karmeon goes to fetch them.
Karmeon goes to fetch them, and as Karmeon pulls the parrying dagger out from the tree, he sees about 20 feet past him, further into the distance, a very human set of eyes that are staring from within some of the sparse underbrush in the area. And as soon as he looks that way and there's eye contact made, a sort of low, inhuman howl emanates from that direction. And it's picked up a number of times. There is, I should say, a chorus of voices that lets out this unsettling noise that kind of raises the hairs on the back of your necks. And then figures just leap forth from the underbrush and from trees nearby, and they begin sprinting at the three of you. The person that made eye contact with Kory is sort of this wild-haired woman, and as she rises up, you can see that her left hand is not a human hand. It is a knot of curled vines and thorns that kind of resemble fingers, or what fingers might have been at one point in time, but it is a very obvious blight mark. And each of the four individuals that are charging you show clear signs of blight and corruption.
Well, on the bright side, thanks to me, you now have a parrying dagger in your hand.
Yeah, Karmeon will just pull free his rapier and hold on to the parrying dagger for now, and he'll move to get in between Pestle and Mayra.
I have a very important question.
Uh-huh.
So ranged attacks get advantage when you have height.
Yep.
Does me being on a horse count as a height advantage because I'm a goblin?
It does not, no. Additionally, you are down 1 throwing weapon for this fight.
It's okay, I have 5
Down 2 throwing weapons.
more. So you admit the
Yeah,
parrying.
in your mind, you're down 2 throwing weapons.
Yeah. So they're not all coming from the same direction, I assume.
Actually, so they are. They're roughly together.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess Karmeon will kind of try and get in the way of everyone and the charging that's happening.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh dear. Well, goodbye, Karmeon.
So Karmeon gets in the way. If you'd
Yeah.
want to advance, you can attack the lead one.
Okay.
Also, you have to wait. It would put you perhaps an uncomfortable distance away from the others.
Yeah, but I mean, that's exactly where we want Meira, and we don't really want Pestle anywhere near a fight. So yeah, Karmeon just daringly charges.
Okay.
What's the modifier for cutting down the forefront of this assault?
So you are going to engage the lead person. Please make an attack roll at +9.
Oh God.
So that's not a good roll. However,
It's not great.
you did -9, not +9.
Did I?
No.
I just hit 9.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You did it correctly. You just.
I was
got
about
it
to say,
not
if at
20.
-9,
Yeah,
he
sorry,
still has 24.
You did attack with the stiletto rather than your rapier.
Yeah, I just
and you
instead
aren't
of the
using
deck
the stiletto.
parry. Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
I'd already deleted the.
So go ahead and roll
stiletto.
again to see if you magically, or get the astronomical probability. Okay,
Okay.
no, so you do succeed. So you just miss. You do not successfully clip this woman, which is surprising.
Also cutting with the rapier.
Okay, so you led with the offhand, the stiletto, and missed, and now you're attacking with the rapier and
Yeah.
connecting. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was such a weird attack.
Yeah. So you connect. You do that much damage. Okay.
I just looked at the sheet. Fuck.
What are you looking at?
These equipment sheet.
What's wrong with my equipment? You got a problem with my
Wait,
equipment?
I want
Kory?
to see.
You can look at his equipment.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, sorry, not your equipment. Your character attacks.
Wait, you have a problem with this?
All of it is.
Hold
is
on, I'm
great.
gonna show chat.
This is an invasion of privacy.
Look at all these attacks here.
And also the last one. You learned something. Yeah, that's it. That's Karmeon's turn. Karmeon
What's
has
wrong
stepped
with the
forward
last attack?
nobly
Yeah.
to do his best.
Yeah. So you do manage to clip this person, and you solidly stab through sort of a leather jerkin she has, and there is a vicious spray of blood from the wound. Go ahead and make a defense roll at -5.
Oh god,
Okay.
they have counterattacks.
I mean, they just spray acid blood. It's all anyone does.
Kevin's default response to Karmeon existing. Acid blood. Or master acrobatics. The day the campaign ends is when we fight someone with master acrobatics and acid blood.
Oh God.
Because that's when Meira
Minus,
gets
what was it?
-5.
that's when Meira gets a critical hit.
Okay.
With,
So yeah, you definitely managed to spin away from the spray of blood that comes following your attack. I have not added these people to the turn yet.
They don't get a turn. We get a free round.
Yeah.
They're so far away.
Yeah.
Sounds like no. A light board. 7.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's the turn order. Not how
That
many.
is the turn order. That is not the number. Mayra, it is your turn.
Are they close enough that I can climb a tree and shoot at me? Because you had said that he was an uncomfortable distance away. What does that
Yeah,
exactly mean?
So you can still shoot at them. Like they're in range.
Okay.
You're basically like a full turn, like 2 movement actions of committed distance away from each other right now.
Okay. Mayra will climb a tree.
Pin
Okay.
them down, Karmeon calls back.
Okay.
Okay, she just whispers.
Did my last quick have a
It's Amanda, June. Fuck.
+2.
+2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you were an acrobatic-y.
Mm.
Oof. She falls off the tree.
Mayra, no, so she successfully climbs.
But you can't attack.
The issue is that it takes the whole movement, so you're left basically with your movement to draw rather than being ready.
Yeah. So she climbs a tree, she gets settled, she has her bow out, and that's it.
It is now the Blightborne's turn. The one that attacked Karmeon, or was attacked by Karmeon, will lash out in retaliation with the sort of vine-like hand that she has. Go ahead and roll
Alright.
to defend at -5.
What if it just bled to death instead? Ooh. Karmeon, please, we need you to not get hit.
Karmeon gets hit.
Yeah, Karmeon does get hit.
3 damage is negated.
Hey, Karmeon, why does
Yeah,
that say
so you
and
take-
parrying dagger?
6 points of damage.
Because he picked up parrying dagger. Karmeon takes
But
6
aren't you
points of
current-
damage.
Ooh. Aren't you currently holding out the stiletto and the rapier?
No, the stiletto was.
Or was that
I
the
just.
parrying dagger attack?
Yeah, I just haven't re-added the parrying dagger for this combat.
He
Or
deleted
hadn't.
it as soon as he gave it to you.
Yeah. What's
7.
okay.
You just shot
So the next Blightborne rushes up to Karmeon's side, flanking him. Go ahead and roll to defend. The base modifier is -7. Advantage, I think, adds a 2 to that.
Yes.
So you will be rolling to defend at -7.
Yeah.
Please defend. Thank you.
Great. Very nice.
Good work. Fancy footwork.
Yeah. So the third one runs up and kind of slips in behind Karmeon, and we'll attack from there. So go ahead and roll to defend at -7.
Wow.
By the skin
Very
of his
nice.
teeth.
Oh
Oh,
my
He's
god.
just surrounded right now.
Yeah, I think 3 is probably the number that can comfortably envelop someone. So the last one will spend its whole turn charging over towards Mayra and Pestle. Pestle, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to, as a free action,
Mm-hmm.
cover a throwing knife and poison.
Yep.
How many
And-
free actions can you get? I mean, they're free, but
I think as many as apply.
okay.
Yeah, within reason. I couldn't just be like, all right,
I
use
did a
all
little
of my
scanning
poison.
for it at one point because
Yeah.
he was talking about chaining like a crap ton of free actions together.
Yeah,
And it seemed like any that apply to the situation are permitted. I don't think
Yeah.
it's like free actions, where you have.
yeah.
All right, and then I will throw a knife at the one charging us.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to attack +9. So you do hit. You deal 6 damage. So go
then-
ahead and roll. I think it's
Cunning versus strong?
Yeah, cunning versus strong. So that's going to be a cunning -1.
Oh!
Oh my
So
god.
the poison does not set in,
We do get the one round
but
of
you
damage, though.
what?
The poison will always do 1 turn of damage. It just, if they succeed, they don't get the continual damage.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
that
That's what we did last time, but I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Let me. Oh, I can just pull it up. Oh, I was already opening other interesting because it's poisoner. Yeah, that's what you're
Yeah.
using.
But is always poisoned for at least 1 turn.
Yeah, page 153.
So I think, are you guys looking at the old version of the
What's
PDF?
the current version?
It's like 1.0.2, I think.
1.0.2 is the current version?
I'm on the page with
I just got 1.1 is was
1.1.
my question.
Let me. I'll go back up. I can just come to this page again. The current version of the PDF is 1.1.2.
Aha. Okay.
And page 153 for me says.
Well, 119 is the poisoner ability.
So I'm looking at poisoner.
The change we saw between our 2 versions was I didn't have to do the cunning roll to apply it anymore.
Yeah, and that is true.
Back to poison.
But as a free action, the character can apply 1 dose of poison or any other chemical, or any other alchemical elixir to a weapon. That 1 dose of poison is enough for 1 head of the weapon before making more poison. A cunning versus strong test is needed for the poison to take effect. If successful, the victim starts taking damage. The damage suffered per turn is based on the poisons, which is on 153.
Okay, on 119, for this one on 119, it says always at least 1 turn.
Yeah, let me go up there and make sure. But the version that I pasted in to your skill should be the accurate one.
Mine matches Kevin's, so it didn't just change either, interestingly.
Yeah, poison ability can be used. So I do not believe that there is a guarantee of it setting in. Basically, you don't need to make that roll to successfully apply, but you do need to make the comparison roll for the poison to do damage in the first place. Is how I'm interpreting it. And Kory, that's what you would say from what you're reading?
Yeah, I've just, as far as the different versions, mine also doesn't have the...
Where do you see that on 153?
I don't.
It's,
I am on page 119.
Okay.
As well. 153 is just the reference for the different levels of poison
Okay.
damage and duration. That's all. But I went there first because I can't read. Yeah. So the poison does not do any damage unless you get a successful roll. So you just do the 6 damage. And the one that chased you is this fellow here. So we're there. And it is Karmeon's turn again.
Okay. So, first things first, there's the leader who has been somewhat stabbed. Karmeon
Bloodied, yeah.
goes in for the attack yet again.
Okay, so that'll be at +7. Okay.
That's
Good
with the
stab.
parrying dagger. Should I do both attacks at once?
You can do both attacks at once, yeah.
Corey,
Okay.
please, calm down.
Go ahead and try that one again.
Eh.
Okay. So you do not critically fail the second.
Karmeon is a magnet for the 2 ends of the scale.
Yeah, he really is. Okay, so you deal 6 damage, and go ahead and roll to defend at -5 for the corrosive blood.
It's a real good thing we went with less frequent crits.
Okay. So once again, even in the midst of all your opponents, you manage to avoid the caustic spray of blood. And yeah, one attack connects, one attack doesn't.
Can Karmeon utilize his tactician ability to perhaps put the woman he's stabbed between him and one of his attackers?
Skilled tactician may use this ability to analyze a tactical approach and find both strengths and weaknesses. This can be done for offensive or defensively. So
I'm not even saying negate the attack so much as negate at least one person's flank.
yeah, I think you can negate one person's flank. That's totally reasonable. Yeah, so he kind of skirts around to open up a little more space for himself.
You're basically always keeping her in line of sight.
Yeah, actually, yeah, right. Yeah.
It is Mayura's turn.
Alright,
Mira would like to shoot with her bow.
You've done the setup, and now it's time for the payoff.
+9?
Don't pin them down!
I think it would be yes. So you're attacking with advantage, so
So
that
that's
should
2.
be +11.
Okay, so she's gonna shoot the one in front, one charging us.
Okay.
So the one in front of Pestle, and she's going to use armor penetration.
Okay.
Nice damage.
That's 13
Nice
damage.
damage.
Yeah. Okay. So you have killed this Blightborne.
So-
We killed them.
You see Maeda draw her bow back, notching an arrow, and she lets it loose and it just cuts through the air. And it catches her right in the throat. It collapses her esophagus, and she just crumples over dead on the spot.
Good shot, crazy lady.
Thank you, little one.
Pestle, it is your turn.
Is it?
Is it? I like this.
No, it's not. You're right. Thank you. It is the Blightborne's turn. So go
Sorry,
ahead and Karmeon, roll to defend with the
times.
flanked penalty twice and without the flanked penalty once. So that will be -7, -7, and -5.
You can do it. You can do it. Don't get murdered.
Okay. Okay.
That's a lot of murder.
So you are going to take.
So the third one's the leader. Because she's the only one who can't flank.
So the first hit is going to hit you for 5 damage, and
Oh.
the second hit is going to hit you for 6 damage.
All right,
Are you
Karmeon
down?
crumples.
Oh.
Yeah. So these the throng of Blightborne around Karmeon sort of lash out, and one of the ones on the side does not have any vinery or such, but its hands are these hooked, clawed aberrations, and it manages to lash out and slip beneath Karmeon's silk armor to just kind of open a very ragged gash across his midsection. As he spins away from that, he evades one of the attacks. But the leader that he's been consistently damaging at this point is somewhat the worse for wear. Nevertheless, manages to rake really just across his face with these thorns, and it opens bloody furrows and sends him to the ground, where he appears to pass out. And that makes it Pestle's turn.
I have an important question.
Mhm.
So, as part of Poisoner, I can apply any alchemical elixir to a throwing weapon. Could I apply an elixir of life and then just throw it at Karmeon to heal him?
What the fuck?
You can do the thing that you described. The result might not be what you've speculated.
Instead, I'm gonna throw a knife at the leader.
Okay. So you will have to move up, I think, probably to get in range, given that throwing weapons are. What is the range for your throwing weapon?
I don't know if anything has ever said range.
Yeah.
No.
Theater of the mind.
Okay. I would say for a throwing weapon, you do need to move up it, but go right ahead.
Okay.
So you can spend a movement getting closer, and you can launch a poison. I'm assuming you're poisoning this blade, yeah?
Nope, I'm out of poison.
Oh,
I rolled like a 2 on making my weak poison.
That's not great. Okay, yeah. So just go ahead and attack. So you're going to be rolling at +9.
I did 6 again.
Okay. So that's which is
Good thing we
that.
gave me a ton of throwing knives.
Okay. So that makes it Karmeon's turn. Go ahead and make a death save.
Please,
Okay.
please save. We need you. Oh wait, that's good. That's good. You're back up.
That
It wasn't
is
as
good.
bad as it looked.
Yeah. So let's see. What are the effects?
1d4 health, I believe.
Yeah. Let me just reopen it here. Yeah. So you the damage that you took looked worse. You kind of Karmeon wakes with a seize and regains 1d4 points of toughness.
The leader is still standing, right?
The leaders, yeah, absolutely still standing.
What does it take to get back up again?
Movement.
Yeah, movement.
Because you're
okay.
not pinned.
Wow, Karmeon kind of... Actually, I would say all
He's
this
a play
happening
dead.
at once,
Mm-hmm.
he probably, like, rolls a bit as he's smashed away,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, rolls up to his feet, and, I guess if it's his turn, he kind of needs to do something, so...
So I can't recall what we did with Pekome, and I'm fine to continue with that. The actual description is that you can act the next turn.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Pekome was skipped.
Okay.
Oh, then no, I mean, then he can be on the ground and they think he's... Yeah, well, if it's you don't get your turn, then yeah, he's on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's downed, and it was hard enough to drop him.
All right, Mayor,
Yeah.
it's time for your second kill.
Yeah, so it is Meira's turn.
Oh, Maida will shoot. Okay, so do any of them look wounded?
The leader has been
So
stabbed.
Karmeon
a lot.
has hit the leader a couple times, and Pestle has now hit her once as well. So she's bleeding from a couple places. She has a throwing knife kind of studded in her chest.
Okay, Maida will aim for that person. Is that an 11 still?
It is an 11, yeah.
This will be armor piercing.
Good
Okay.
choice. Then
8 damage. Is that their threshold?
or are they dead?
Well, it just kills her.
Nice.
It's the death threshold.
So you hear the twang of her bowstring being drawn back tightly, and then the arrow cuts through the air, and this one will get her right in the eyeball, embedding
Okay.
into her brain.
Clearly, I'm marking them for you to finish off.
Mm-hmm. So the arrow, it thuds right through this woman's eye, and as it kind of impacts, her head jerks back, and she just pitches back a half step, and then loses her footing and falls back and expires.
Wait a minute, I thought 10 damage was our eye hit amount. That time when we all stabbed 3 different people in the eyes because we
Yeah.
all got 10.
Yeah. Okay, so it's now the Blightborne's turn. There are 2 remaining, and they both charge Pestle.
This is illegal.
So go ahead and roll to defend.
Shouldn't it take 2 movement to get up to me?
Well, you spent a movement getting closer.
Yep. Yes, you did.
This is illegal.
That's why
So
That's why he kind of asked.
one
If
moves up
that's-
to you and attacks. You're going to be at -5. Then the other will move up to you and attack at -7.
I mean, you don't even have to say minuses.
Oh, I see
I
why you
mean-
say that now.
We went over this.
Yeah, but that was a while ago, so I've forgotten about it.
Oh.
All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm instantly down.
Well, yeah, you definitely are.
I mean,
Because your toughness is 10?
Yes.
Yeah, so the first hit is going to connect pretty aggressively with Pestle, but leave him standing
for
The
how
second-
much damage?
for 8 damage.
Which is past his threshold?
Like, I mean, I'm already gone.
I know, I'm just pointing
Kory
out.
is like, how dead is he?
Wow.
I'm just pointing out.
It's just, you know, if they get a free attack, they
I
should
preferred
take
the
free attack.
spiders. So why does Mayra make us fight nightmares?
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, this is
Pestle
Maida's
in a
fault. Sure.
Very bad way.
It is entirely Mayra's fault.
Mm.
He's pretty close to dead.
I am.
You're
very
not
close
dead.
to-
You're on death's door. It's different, but you are certainly down. But that is both of the Blightborn's turn. So we will loop around to Karmeon.
Yeah,
Help.
Karmeon is going to roll up to his feet.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a quick test.
I thought it was just movement.
It's a movement with a quick test. It is your whole turn without one.
Oh, okay. This is absolutely a whole turn. What?
All right. You see in the distance a
back.
goblin
Yeah.
getting chokeholded and
Yeah.
slammed into the ground repeatedly.
Karmeon gets up to his feet. And he looks after the things and he's like, I'm not done with you.
Okay. So you're calling out to them, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Mayra, go ahead and take a turn.
Maida is going to shoot one of them, and she's going to use the pin attack.
Okay. So go right ahead. It is going to be at +11 still.
Oh my god,
it-
are you fucking kidding
It
me?
hits. That means it's pinned, right?
It does not deal any damage.
But she has 1d4?
I do still get 1d4.
You get 1d4. Yeah, so I'm afraid that doesn't pin them.
Okay.
But an arrow does sort of thud into the Blightborn's sort of this tattered, heavy, that looks like it might have been leather and studs at one point cloak, although it's long since withered away into kind of strips. But the strips are nonetheless enough to shield him from most of the damage, or all of the damage. And as Karmeon calls out, the Blightborn sort of look between Mayra up in a tree and Karmeon,
Not.
wounded and back out. So they decide that Karmeon is certainly the more accessible of those targets, and they turn to lope at him. Karmeon, go ahead and make a defense roll at -5.
Yeah, because
You forgot about that.
No, it's because you took your turn getting closer. Bastard.
Well, I'm sorry that my throwing weapons can't be used at 2 movement away.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you
Oh,
stop
no.
critically failing?
So go ahead and roll again to confirm. That is a critical hit.
oh my fucking god.
Well, Mayra, you're the only one who's surviving this encounter.
So yeah, the leading Blightborn just rushes up. Oh dear, and I mean it like punches its claws through the wound in Karmeon's armor at the midsection, and the wound is enough that Karmeon just sort of
Collapses.
and collapses once more.
Was he ever really standing?
Jacob, I'm sorry. It's not me. It's them.
You know, if you had given us one less Blightborn, Kevin.
Wow.
So the last Blightborn does turn to lope up to where Mera is perched in her tree.
Wait. Isn't this all happening at the same time? So
Okay,
the
all
two
right.
of them would have been running to Karmeon?
Yeah, they both
Yeah,
charged
no,
Karmeon
that's
last I
reasonable.
heard.
That is reasonable. I will accept that.
Cool.
Uh,
All right, Karmeon, here's what we have
rule-flooring
to do.
Yeah, so they both run over to Karmeon. Karmeon gets knocked out again,
Probably.
and the other Blightborne kind of spins and begins loping to where Mera is.
All right, Karmeon, here's what we have to do. You and I just have to keep rolling ones to get back up and distract them while Mayra kills them.
Maida
So-
is going to shoot.
It's not
Excuse you.
Mera's turn.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. My hands are sweating. I'm getting nervous.
It's okay. I totally understand. It's not something you need.
I have to see if I die first.
Pestle, go ahead and roll a saving throw.
What was that roll? Was it a
1d20.
Oh,
That's not great, but it's
Oh.
not awful.
Oh.
and that's 1 of 3.
Okay.
Hey, that's a success for Karmeon.
It is a success for Karmeon. That just means he's stable still.
Well, I thought 1 out of...
No. So 2 to 10 just doesn't get you worse. But 1 gets you up, and 11 to 19 slowly kills you.
Yeah.
And a 20 just outright kills you, which is what happened to Dane.
Yeah, that's right.
And it is Mera's turn. Now, 1 is a movement away from you, and the other is 2 movements away from you,
Okay.
standing over Karmeon's body.
Maida is going to armor pen. She's going to penetrate the armor of the one that's 1 move away.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll to attack at plus 11.
Oh my fucking god!
That's not great. That is not good. Roll to confirm, fumble. Okay, good. Pestle does not get drilled by an arrow as he's unconscious. But you do miss.
Oh fuck!
So, that makes it the Blightborne's turn. The very distant one is going to spend both moves approaching Mera, so it can't do anything else. The second one spends a move to get to the tree that Mera has climbed. It is going to sort of try to just lunge up and kind of swipe at her.
Okay.
So it's like half climbing, half attacking. So ordinarily you would be rolling at -5. I would say that you're rolling at -2 to defend on account of the difficulty of leaping up and attacking someone in a tree.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a good negate.
Yeah, so it manages to catch you nonetheless. You take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
It is now Pestle's turn. Make a death saving roll.
We need some of your stupid luck, V.
Okay,
Is
well
that
that's
stupid
stable. You
enough?
saw it 1 out of 3. Karmeon?
Karmeon's been taking all of my
Karmeon
luck.
is also at 1 out of 3 now.
Karmeon hasn't taken any of your luck. He's rolled more 20s than both of you combined.
Yeah,
I mean, also more 1s, to be
Your
fair.
chaotic energy has stolen from everyone else.
Karmeon is a man of extremes, or was a man of extremes.
Oh. Maybe Mayra run.
It is... Mera's in a tree. How's she gonna run?
Climb higher.
Yeah, so Mera, it is your turn. You have kind of one person like 5 or 6 feet away from the tree and one directly below. You can still make ranged attacks on both of them given your height.
Okay.
Do you have a potion of life?
I have an elixir of life. Yes.
Elixir of life? Not
And I
gonna
have-
get many other opportunities to use that.
So what does the elixir of... Well, would using it expend any of my turn?
So it is, I think, a movement action. Let me double check.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so drinking or applying an elixir does count as a movement action. So you'd still have an attack or a move, but you would sacrifice the first half of your move.
Okay. What does the elixir of life do again?
Let me look it up. I believe you
1d6
roll to
health for
determine how many
1d6
turns. Yeah, and you do take temporary corruption with each turn that you heal.
I think my corruption's down to 0.
It's 1d6 healing, and then it's 1, over 1d6 turns.
All right.
And you
Mater's gonna drink this
do
potion.
1 corruption per turn.
Okay, so Mayra pops her elixir of life and drinks. Go ahead and roll a 1d6 for the healing amount.
Fuck.
That is 1 point of healing. Go ahead and roll 1d6 for the number of turns.
Wait, this is Symbaroum. That's good.
Okay, so Stella, you get a
Oh my god.
and a point of temporary corruption.
What the
Well,
fuck, man?
I think
Go
you might-
ahead.
I think you might get what you wanted, Kevin.
Go ahead and roll 1d5.
Fuck you! Are you serious?
Hang on, I need to look at something real fast.
Oh my god! Is that?
No, you won't. You won't be an abomination.
What if it hits my threshold?
Okay, so go ahead and roll 1d4.
Who
Okay,
stole
so you
mine?
take
Who stole the
2
lizard?
more points of temporary corruption along with the 1. So you're at 3 now, or you've gained 3 this turn anyway.
Okay.
So that's it for the potion. You are on your second half of your turn.
All right. She's going to try to. She's just gonna try to punch this this
So
arrow.
You can still make range attacks if you want.
Wait,
Yeah,
You're-
with her
you're up
bow.
above.
She's punching it with her bow.
Punching with the bow. Okay, what marksman ability are you using?
Okay. She's using her bow to put this arrow into this head.
No, sorry, that's not what I was asking. Are you like doing armor pen, or are you doing
We're
pure?
doing armor pen.
piercing? Okay.
We need to kill this guy.
So it's the one directly below you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack it plus 11.
Kevin.
Fuck.
So that's 2 damage. You also have 1d4. Yes, V.
What was the 1d5 roll?
So to characterize it, I'm not telling you exactly what it was, but Mayra, as you drank this potion of this elixir of life, you felt kind of a taint to the drink,
Mm-hmm.
and that is what procced that extra 2 points of corruption damage. I was going to describe that, but I'm a little invested in what's happening right now. So it's totally
Well, I was asking because the elixir is normally just one
just the one.
corruption
Yeah,
per
this
turn.
was something else.
Was-
Not
Just making
necessarily,
sure.
but yeah, it felt like the elixir of life was bad somehow, and it caused a little extra corruption.
Okay.
So you do 5 damage.
Mhm.
Yes,
Piercing.
you 5 damage
Threshold?
of armor piercing damage.
Threshold?
They've got a lot strong.
No, that does not pierce the threshold.
I do not have a lot of hit points, y'all.
Okay, so it is their turn. They both kind of leap and do the same attack. So you're not really flanked, seeing as they're both attacking by trying to scramble up the tree. And as they do scramble up the tree, their claws kind of dig these furrows through the bark. So there are these rents in the wood as they scramble up and try to attack. Make a defense roll at -5.
Oh.
Or, sorry, -3. Sorry, not -5.
Wait, didn't you say -2 last time?
Did I?
No.
I did. No, I think I did. I think I gave you
Yeah, it was
3
negative
for being
2.
elevated. Yeah, so go ahead and roll at -2.
I scrolled up.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
that
fine.
1 point is
I
gonna
was
make a
gonna
huge
agree, and then I
difference.
wanted-
Until it doesn't.
okay,
Oh.
so they missed. And do the same roll again.
Oh, fuck.
Dude,
Well,
you
it was
said
the
do the
same
same
roll
roll.
again.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Pestle, go ahead and make a death save.
Alright,
1.
is it 10?
Oh,
And
God.
Karmeon's dead.
Oh!
Okay, so Pestle is at 2/3 of the way to die. Karmeon has a gaping rent in his abdomen right now, and enough blood passes that he just goes.
I'm back.
Still.
Oh my god.
Does Karmeon let out any delirious last words or something like that? Or does he just go?
The camera zooms in on Karmeon in his last moments.
No, I don't think he says anything.
Okay.
I think he just goes.
Thus passes Karmeon. It is Mayura's turn.
Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, there's
And
no. Oh my god.
You've got to try to escape.
Yeah.
I don't think escaping gets like you're in a tree. Like you have to jump out of the tree,
She
getting
is an
swung at,
acrobat.
taking damage.
Well, I have acrobatics, which
Lands?
like literally says that like I can try to slip past an enemy, get away from melee, withdrawing from
Yeah, okay.
melee.
If she just needs to get to the horse.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Oh shit. Oh my god. There's no way Maid is gonna be able to kill them both.
I mean, if you get 2 crits and roll max damage
But
each,
if she gets hit like once, there's a chance she goes down.
Yeah. My threshold is only 5.
Mine is 3.
was
You have a couple more options. You can try to run, certainly. It is dicey, to say the least, but so is fighting them. You could try to climb higher in the tree to put more distance between yourself and them.
I climb
you could try
higher-
to attack them.
If I climb higher, then I'm probably reducing my ability to run away, though, right?
If you climb higher, you are certainly locking yourself into fighting or really opening yourself to the possibility of significant harm if you try to jump out of the tree or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as damage goes, without saying too much, I mean, Mayura.
Well, what do
with
they
good
look like?
rolls, certainly does have. Well, one of them is untouched.
Mm-hmm.
The only blood on it is Karmeon's. The second one, which is the one that Mayura has been attacking, is hurting. It is flagged quite a bit, but I mean, it certainly looks determined. It does not look on death's door. Mayura's damage range is pretty wide at this point, right? Like she can do basically no damage or
She could do
A
2
lot.
to 14.
yeah. And I mean, she definitely has the ability to one-shot someone or not. So
So you have to bank on whether you high roll and kill one and then avoid a hit, or if you can just escape and flee without getting hit.
Fuck. Okay, this matters. Where are we? How far are we on our route to Karvosti?
you've done 3 days of travel to Karvosti. So you have 6 to reach Karvosti, or 3 travel rolls to get back to Thistlehold.
Shit. How far are we from Jakar?
You do not know where Jakar is.
Oh, right.
So Jakar and Karos, Fen, and Malima, etc., are all
Right.
Independent settlements from Ambrians who have left the principles of Ambrian society and like tried to make their own homes. So
That's
they
right.
aren't listed on maps.
That's right. Shit. Shit. I think our best bet is going to be to try to run. Oh, okay. So mechanically, if I climb up,
Yep.
what's the benefit from that?
They would probably have to try.
They would have
climb
to
hit you.
climb to get within an attack range of you. They wouldn't be able to just like jump and attack at a penalty like they have been.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fuck it. She's gonna climb up, and she's gonna keep shooting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll quick at +2. I think we've been doing.
Yeah. Fuck. She climbs.
Yeah, go right ahead and describe that.
Yeah.
She-
So she just perhaps a little slower because she still has her bow out in one hand, begins to pick her way up the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's her turn.
Okay. Yeah, and she does probably have like the injuries she sustained are probably on one leg, so it's a little slower going. But she does get higher. She climbs higher into the tree. The Blightborne do similarly.
Roll 20s.
I will. Just getting there.
That sounded
Quick.
like a lie. That sounded like you're gonna roll ones.
Oh my god, chat. I am so distressed right now. This is
There's-
more stressful than Resident Evil.
That's a good roll for us.
Yeah, so it climbs up essentially to where Mayra was, but this is the one that's injured, and it's difficult going. It kind of wrestles its way up onto the branch, and that takes the entirety of its turn. The second one does get up very quickly. It bounds up, claws into the bark, reaches the next limb. It's still below Mayra, and it launches from that bark, that perch rather, up to try and attack her. So it will still suffer the penalty because it's below.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll to defend at -2.
Ooh.
Nice. So go ahead and roll again to confirm at the same value. Yeah. Okay. So that's a crit. So,
It falls.
yeah, I'd basically say it misses and
She kicks them in the
Either-
face.
yeah. So if you want, you can say that it's going to fall out of the tree, or Mara can have a free, attack on it.
Falls out of the
whichever you
tree.
prefer.
Someone knows how she's been rolling.
So it launches up at Mayra. She sort of viciously kicks down with her good foot and connects with the face. It doesn't do any meaningful damage to
Mhm.
it, but it does tumble out of the tree and fall back onto the ground, and it is prone down there.
Oh my god, guys.
Pestle, go ahead and make a death save.
All right, I'm sorry I made you wait, Stella. This is when I get back up and save the day.
2 fails.
No, that's the third Pestle's death.
Yeah, that was 3.
Oh my
Did I say get back up? I meant I'm dead.
god.
Well, you know how I said I was gonna play mortar? You can take a turn at playing mortar if you want, V.
Oh my god.
Nah, it's okay. You can have mortar.
Does Pestle have any final words, or does he just go?
I drank the wrong potion.
I shouldn't have come.
Okay.
Fuck Davokar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still is dead.
Oh, okay.
Mayra, it is your turn. You have an injured Blightborne in the trees below you, and an uninjured one prone on the ground below you as well.
Is there still tree to climb?
So the tree's getting thinner. You can climb more. It will probably, and by probably mean it will take a quick roll to do as you have been doing, and it will take a secondary quick roll to kind of avoid breaking a branch that you're standing on.
Okay, fuck that. We're gonna shoot this guy.
Okay.
We're shooting the one that's injured in the tree still.
So go ahead and roll to positive 11.
Okay, this is armor penetration.
Okay.
Fuck.
Ah!
Oh my god.
That would have been a perfect damage hit too.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck.
Okay. So you miss. The arrow goes whistling by this creature.
I had.
Hold on, let's
that
one
second roll was a crit.
one moment. Hello, welcome Raiders. Really appreciate y'all coming in. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful stream. Hello, Dungeon Dame. So this is a very, very tense moment right now. Literally, the other 2 members of my party are dead. And I'm in a tree. And there are these abominations. One in the tree, one has fallen out of the tree. And I'm about to die. So we're
Yes,
about to
we're in
party
your
wipe here. And I just missed. I did a critical fail.
But no, that second was a critic. I I say she misses and maybe hits the one that's on the ground.
Or we roll again to see whether it's a success or not.
I mean, we've had polar opposites in the past.
Well,
I
we've had lots of-
appreciate the effect, but
What if they
yes,
rolled another
if Mayra were to die, Kimma, this would be my first TPK because I've never DM'd anything other than this. So, yeah. So it misses. The arrow goes whistling by the wounded Blightborne in the trees with you, and it hits the ground, which makes it their turn. Let me.
Roll a 20, please, Kevin. Please, Kevin. Roll a 20. 20.
Kevin doesn't roll 20s.
20, please.
So I wasn't actually going to roll for the one in the trees. It was going to take the disadvantaged attack. But it could climb up next to you.
No. No. No, I'll roll to defend.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to defend at -2.
This is
Okay.
it.
Oh my
This is
god.
the end.
Thank you so much,
This
Kimma,
is
by
such
the
a
way.
way
Oh.
worse choice.
Is it though?
This
You
is
have a not 50 but 40% chance. It's 1 to 8, right?
Well, okay, I can't make this decision. DM, what
Yeah,
does
I
they
know, I'm
what
just-
do they do?
It's attacking you
Okay.
from where it is. So roll to defend at -2.
Oh fuck.
Okay,
thank
it
God.
misses. You're okay. The one below will
This is a real
succeed
inconvenient.
and slowly climb up the tree.
Stella, this is a real inconvenient question, but
What?
how many arrows does Mayra
I have a
carry around?
lot of arrows, okay? I have over 20 arrows.
Hey Stella, if
Yeah,
you get
so-
to Pestle's corpse, you could light all your arrows on fire.
You have used quite a few arrows, but you're certainly not out at this point.
I
If
have
this
a
goes
lot
on-
of arrows.
You said 20, yeah?
I have okay, the exact number is 24, and I've
24?
definitely not used 24.
Yeah, definitely not. I think you've probably used like 8 or 10 at
7?
this point.
Okay. My turn?
Anyway, it is your turn.
Alright. Shooting the one that just attacked me.
Okay.
Armor penetration.
Good. Okay, so you deal 4 damage and you get the additional damage, so that's 6 damage.
Why couldn't you have gotten the 10?
I know.
So that's solid. That's solid. It is not quite dead.
Oh my god.
It's probably alive at like 2 hit points.
Oh.
The-
Not even.
The tree branch breaks. Oh no, it's falling.
Everything below her catches on fire and they decide to leave.
So
I-
that. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Kory.
want to be on fire.
You're dead, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
so
dying.
the wounded one, which looks horribly pained right now. There's an arrow, the last arrow that Mayra fired, like sort of dug deep between its shoulder and neck, and
So
it's
6
like
was
at
not-
least half impaled.
6 was not pain threshold.
No,
Oh.
you're in dire straits right here.
I'm gonna run.
That was
Uh,
my idea.
So this injured Blightborne lunges up to attack. Go ahead and make a defense roll at -2.
Oh god. Oh.
How many 40% could you
Just
succeed?
stop! Don't jinx me! Do not fucking jinx me!
We all know that Stella will not die until she rolls a 19.
If I roll a
Perfect.
19, Kory.
She's gonna kill you.
Then it's just payback.
This is all because we let Mayra lead for one day.
Okay, so that was the defense for the wounded one right above you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one is going to climb.
No.
Please roll a 20.
20, 2, 0. Fuck. Oh,
Okay,
no.
so it is in the trees with Mayra. Go ahead and roll to defend at -5.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Wow.
This is just, I mean, this is payback for
Stella-
all the bad rolls.
Stella, I think you stole all of my luck.
It's just a miss, a regular miss.
Okay. Yeah. So it's still up there. Mayra, it is your turn.
Okay. What would happen if I use my acrobatics to try to run away?
Okay, so you'd roll acrobatics to disengage from the one right next to you.
So we
without
did-
taking an attack of opportunity.
We did, in the past say that it just kind of encompasses like multiple disengagements at the same time. So if there's multiple enemies engaged on me.
Yep.
Okay.
The one below you isn't even really in range to qualify for that.
Okay.
So you would roll to disengage, and that engagement would only deal with the one right with you because it's the only one in range to get a free attack.
Uh-huh.
Realistically, the way of disengaging is to leap from the tree. She is 2 climbs worth of movement high in the tree. So,
What if I jump to another tree?
the tree cover is quite sparse here. I think I
Okay.
described it. So I don't think there's another tree necessarily in range per
Okay,
se.
okay.
So you would basically have to roll to land well to mitigate the damage from falling. Although the damage from falling is certainly less than you would unless you rolled really, really poorly.
But you can also absorb some of the fall damage.
Yeah, fall damage is covered by armor, and it's also I think 1 damage per meter.
And also reduced by quick, I think, from our
Well,
A
first. Was that just a
successful quick roll
Okay.
takes off several meters. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you're on the ground, they would chase you, and you would have to basically get to the horse, mount the horse, and then outrun them.
Oh my god, that sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. It is definitely a lot.
I think it's more than just fighting them at this point.
Yeah.
But it has better odds of working than relying on 40%.
Well, my quick is not very good.
But you can probably take a fall hit more than you can take a...
But maybe not the disengage hit. Like, she's... I don't know.
mean, you can do your acrobatics move, and then if it doesn't work, you're stuck fighting.
So I can I can do
Yeah,
my
acrobatics-
acrobatics like basically for free, and then I choose like if
Whether you want to remain in, or move.
yeah.
So because
Okay.
acrobatics, I believe, is described. I'm pulling it up. Is that you roll? Yeah. So the active for novice is that you may roll against quick to avoid free attacks when you move. Should the test fail, rather, the player must choose to either remain or to move and suffer. So you don't like lock yourself into taking the attack if you try for the acrobatics roll.
Okay.
She's looking for a place to land.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
so I'm
much.
gonna roll it because I don't. There's no reason not to roll it.
Sure. So go ahead and make a quick test.
Oh
It's
my
a crit.
god.
All right. Yeah. So if you want, you can try to leap out of the tree.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna leap
Alright,
out
aren't
of
we
the
gonna
tree.
see exactly how this is a success? Is it a success? Or is it a critical success?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You can confirm the roll.
Because a crit there... Oh, what? Still a 20.
So it's just a.
What the fuck?
It's just a success.
This is the curse of Karmeon. Karmeon's dead, so now his, like, propensity for crits has gone on to Mara.
So you do spot a place on the ground that Mayra could leap to.
Okay.
You will have to make a quick test to not take damage as you fall, or to reduce the damage that you take as you fall, although I imagine you just won't take any if you succeed. At that point, you're basically going to have, like, a move, and then they will move and attack you, and then you'll have a move to reach and mount the horse, and they will attack you, and then you'll disengage as you...
And their attacks would be at -5, right?
Holy.
So once you're on the ground,
But
yeah,
he still has
I'd
two
say
movement.
you can
the flank
you can
necessarily.
attack then move. Yeah.
Yep. or move and attack, either order.
Yeah. So at the very least,
Attack and then
try
move.
and kill the very wounded one,
Yeah, and then move.
and then
Does the fact that you're in melee with the other one impede your ability to make ranged attacks? I think it might not.
we had it. Whether it has or not, we've never had it. Do that.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought that we were basically doing it in that you can just make ranged attacks anyway.
I think it's
as long as it's the
specific-
target that is not like there.
Yeah. So the way that we've been doing it is I can't range attack
Attack the one
what's
right
in
with you.
melee with me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'll shoot the injured one. This will be armor pen.
Okay.
That's 7 damage.
It does kill it.
Okay. And then I jump out the
Well, because the other one's already on top of you, so you're taking the -5 anyway.
No, because she acrobatics.
I acrobatics, so it doesn't get to attack me. Yeah, okay. I'll jump down. Try to land on my feet. Well,
Okay.
no.
If you can
I don't
get
want to
a
land on
pinning
my feet.
shot,
I want to, like, roll. Yeah.
Roll. Okay. Yeah.
If
So
you
go ahead
can-
and make a quick test.
Okay.
If you can get a pinning shot on him, you can get to the horse safely.
Oh! Okay.
Maybe he'll just
Okay.
break his neck.
So you drop and you're just you're fine. You don't take any damage from falling or anything like
Okay.
that.
Oh my god.
And basically as you leap out, the Blightborne that you just killed sort of tumbles out of the tree and lands on the far side with a quiet thud. It is now the Blightborne's turn. The other Blightborne will pursue you. It will make a quick test as well to see if it takes any damage leaping the tree. It does not take any damage from leaping the tree. It will barrel after Mayra, reach her, and attack. So go ahead and roll to defend at -5. Okay. So you take 7 points of damage.
That's my threshold.
That's your pain threshold?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, gotcha. So
Got 1 hit point, y'all.
You need to be able to do an acrobatic, a pin, and then just book it.
Oh my god.
So you may choose between being knocked down and giving the Blightborne an immediate free attack against you.
I mean, you can. Can't you get up for? You can get up for. Is it get up for free or get up for a movement?
It was get up for roll quick or a movement.
So unless there's an ability that modifies it that Mayra has, which I'm going to
Mhm.
check her abilities real quick,
I don't think
it basically
Hmm.
a movement, and if you fail the quick test, it's your turn. And since you only have acrobatics novice, you don't have any.
Okay.
Down, because you're getting attacked.
No,
either
knockdown
way.
is just another free hit for it.
Well, I mean, it's
You
a
know.
free hit versus the chance for her to potentially acrobatics out if she succeeds.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it would be better to just get the free hit.
But if you
No.
take the free hit and like,
No,
if
what,
you
I,
take
what
the-
I'm saying is, if you get knocked down and then you succeed your quick attack, you don't get a hit on you. You can acrobatics out without getting a second hit. If you go for the
With a separate quick test.
Yeah. so
Okay.
it has the chance of you not getting a hit on you.
Okay.
However,
Uh-huh.
if you fail the quick test to stand up, you are still next to it.
But
So-
yeah, so
yeah, I would definitely not take the.
It's
knockdown.
either one. They both are
It-
not appealing
it-
options.
it results no matter what. And look, it results no matter
death.
what in a full attack on you. Because if you fail the quick test, you just spend your whole turn getting up anyway. So it results in 1 extra attack.
Yeah. All right. I want to have my last roll, my potential last roll on my feet. So I will just
Take the free attack?
free attack.
Roll to defend at -5.
Oh my god.
Does he do only 6 damage?
Thought he did
No,
7.
He does 9.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
I-
They did an
I
insane.
died. I died.
You're not dead.
Yeah, you could roll a
So
1.
the Blightborne, as just run away, lash, and it catches her powerfully across the back, cuts right through her fancy new armor, and as she's unbalanced, she kind of staggers, and that gives it the chance to lash out again, and it does. And Mayra collapses
Stella dies.
on the ground in a stunned state. And it's Mayra's turn now, so go ahead and make a death save.
Oh my god!
All right, yeah, that's not a 1.
Well,
So the the scene sort of begins to go dark as Mayra remains unconscious on the ground, bleeding from a multitude of wounds, and the Blightborne sort of looms over her, and it kind of flexes a hand that is dripping with a few spots of ichor, and everything goes black.
and then she escapes.
And then and then oh no. Oh, burn the Kevins.
Are we rolling until it's...
But
No, so
This is where I stand up, y'all. No.
no, this is where Karmeon stands up and saves the day.
I'm actually wondering what Blightborne do with victims and how Blightborne are born.
I mean, so I blacked out the screen to avoid the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah.
No, not. Let's leave it. That's
Can I get a yes or no on whether Blightborne make Blightborne out of Karmeon?
No.
Okay.
No, Karmeon is just dead. There will not be an abomination Karmeon appearing
Okay.
in any crossovers or anything like that. They're there for Pestle.
Oh man.
2 XP. That's all I needed.
Damn. Yo, alright, can we all give it up to Kevin? Like, this has been such an engrossing, such an amazing campaign. Thank you so much for this story. No thank yous for killing our fucking character.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, could you have rolled a little worse? Yeah, I mean, I know we did all of the rolls, but could you have rolled worse, Kevin?
F's in chat,
I'm sorry.
please, for this TPK. Kevin,
Well,
how does
yeah.
it feel to have the first TPK on
I feel
twitch.tv/Stella
very guilty
Luna?
right- I feel very guilty right now.
Oh god.
I'm sorry that it ended that way. It was a good run for
2
Mayra
of the
and
characters.
partial runs for Pestle and Karmeon
I got
and
an entire
Pekome
session.
and Dane.
Oh.
And yeah,
Well,
that's the end of this particular storyline.
On the bright side, Kory, you don't got to worry about that heart anymore.
The three of you join ranks, and yeah, as time goes on,
Man, my trait was really correct about being short-lived.
Mine's
Yeah.
long-lived. Excuse
not
you.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pestle
So
spent
news-
his whole life hating adventurers and the forest, and then he goes out there for 2 days and dies.
Not great for him.
What were you gonna say, Kevin? News.
Oh, so as far as story ties that continue developing without your characters in the picture. News continues to spread from Thistlehold and through other towns in the provinces of Ambria about Alisaro Kohunor's heroics. And maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, there's an expedition out into Davokar that encounters a completely white-scaled reptile that resembles sort of a crocodile, but quite large. There are differences, to be sure. It has 2 tails, and it's completely white-scaled and pure. Save the fact that it is dead, there are ties of very resilient fiber with little strands of metal laced through it that are appearing to hold this magnificent creature splayed, and its heart is missing. And where the heart once resided, this black corruption is seeping out from this corpse that appears not quite dead, and the corruption is spreading out wider into the forest. And the news has people in a stir back in Thistlehold. Another month later, an open coup begins between a few of the noble houses that are supporting Alisaro Kohinoor to replace the queen, his sister-in-law, for control over Ambria. House Bory is among the houses that support the queen, although if blackmail had continued, the eventual end or aim of that would have been to coerce House Bory into supporting the coup as well. And that's more or less it for general ties that continue without your part.
The light in Davokar is snuffed out.
Rip.
The end. Oh.
Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
Goodbye. No. Thank you, chat, so much for coming to join us. Thank you so much, Dungeon Dame and Tiny Gaming, for the raids. Really, really appreciate all the love. We're going to go around real quick and do a round of shout outs. And I think it'll be appropriate for us to say what was our favorite part out of the entire storyline that we were able to explore. And
I call dibs on last.
okay. We'll start with Kevin.
Hi, I am Obdurant. This was my first DM experience, so you guys have been able to watch along as I have carefully nurtured my party along and then murdered them. I also play Destiny here on Thursday nights, or most Thursday nights. I play Dark Matter with Dungeon Dame and Bop and
Lone Dog.
wow.
Lone
I'm
Dog.
so sorry. Lone Dog. No, I got it. Lone Dog. I was like, what's his username? I was gonna say Jesse. Anyway. Yeah, Dark Matter here every other Friday, including this next Friday, Valentine's Day. It's gonna be a very lovely session.
Is it though?
I hope so.
As the
My character's
DM,
just
Not
gonna
anymore.
die right away. Scene open. Unit 416 dies. Moving on.
Unit 416 sees a wild person with an arm that's not quite an arm.
Oh no. My favorite scene, I think, or aspect. I mean, honestly, I've enjoyed all of it quite a lot, and in a lot of different ways. But I really enjoyed the complex as you guys were delving deeper and deeper, and like came across the serpent that Karmeon talked to, and the giant frosty orb of light that I certainly did not expect you guys to start throwing bricks of soap at. That was fun. That was a fun couple of sessions. Yeah, and that's it.
Awesome, thank you, Kory.
I kind of was actually going to pick that same bit there. I really liked how I wanna talk about two things. One, I think Kevin is great as a DM because he was able to handle the fact that you guys threw fucking soap not once but twice at a giant magical crystal of time and coldness that freezes you. And Kevin was like, "Nah, okay, no one planned for this because no one would, but I can do it," and he did it, and I appreciate that about Kevin. And I really like the moderate crunch of this system. Like Symbaroum itself as a system is really cool. Travel rolls are, I think, probably like my favorite thing in a game. Obviously, we just died to travel rolls. And also we died like twice over to travel rolls in our first session, basically. So it's no surprise it's where we eventually met our end. But you don't get a... Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Kevin doesn't know what's going to happen. There's this horrible sense when you go out that, yeah, everything you do could be your last. When Karmeon had to rush out because, like, this goblin, first of all, his only hope was the parrying dagger Karmeon was trying to teach him about, and he threw that! Like, there was nothing to be done except to just get out there, you know? And I really enjoyed the travel rolls. One Ring did it too, and it was great, and I really like that about the system.
I like that too.
Excellent. I am Stella Luna. You're here at my channel. If you enjoyed the content that you saw here, please consider giving us a follow. That way you get notifications when we go live. We do have Destiny as a raid tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Hope you can join us there. If you like to play Destiny or other video games as a community, we do love to have... Yep, League is one of them. TFT, Apex. There are a number of games that we play together, and we would love to play with you as well. And the best way to do that is to join our Discord. We're always looking to make new friends, and we would be happy to have you join us. And we do also do various types of TTRPGs here, Symbaroum being one of them. We do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons as well. And we have a couple of games revving up, and we're looking for players. So if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, this is your opportunity to do so. We're welcoming both experienced and inexperienced people. I'm happy to teach you how to play Dungeons and Dragons. And as for my favorite, shit, I just loved everything. Like,
What moment stuck with you the longest?
Yo, I have had such a roller coaster with Maeda. Like, I went in wanting to make a super cowardly character, and like she was just gonna like be in her brother's shadow the whole time, and then her brother freaking died, right? And then it's like, all right, she's gonna latch onto Pekome, who's the closest thing she has as a friend, and she's got like, but you know, she's her boss, and like, I don't know, maybe there was potential romance in that or whatever, but she died too. And then yeah, Bone Crusher was definitely one of the most exciting things, I think, to troll our DM with and just kind of throw it in there. I hope Bone Crusher lives to be a very happy dog.
He leads the coup.
He's the symbol of the coup. Shit. Oh god, I don't know. It's really hard. I loved all of it, honestly. I think one thing that just really stuck with me was the visions that we got. I don't know why, but just the way that Kevin has been describing like literally everything. Your imagery is just visceral, Kevin. It's beautiful. You have been doing a really good job with that. And like the vision where we, after I lobbed some fucking soap at the thing, you know, I don't know. It was just so wild. And I loved the little peeks that we got into this civilization that is no longer here, but we just see the remnants of it. And having that possibility of seeing behind the curtain a little more just really tickled my curiosity. Yeah, exactly. This is Kevin's first time DMing, and honestly, you are our freaking natural, and I am so happy that we did this and that we were able to play this. So I just want to say thank you, Kevin. It's been great. And can't wait for the next adventure.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And last but certainly not least, Vertigo Cross.
I made a chompy dinosaur out of tinfoil.
Okay.
That basically describes me. And my favorite scene was probably Pekome turning into an abomination.
Yeah.
That scene
was
hurt
emotional,
me. Yeah.
Getting the last action to have her turn her own blade on herself was very cool.
And created the opening for Karmeon to take her down relatively painlessly, rather.
Painfully, he did it with extra pain.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Oh man.
Oof.
why don't you tell us about what you like to do, V?
I like to make chompy dinosaurs out of tinfoil.
What?
And
What do you do when you're
stream
not
on
making?
twitch.tv/vertigocross. And also on Mondays, I'm here to troll the shit out of Stella.
Yes, V is my co-host for our Monday show, Mixed Monday Madness. I need to update that. We are going back to 1 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday. This is where we play saucy video game commentary, where I try to turn everything that we play into a romance simulator, and V just tries to terrify and troll the shit out of me. Currently, we are playing Resident Evil 2. There's a lot of screaming involved.
And a lot of zombie butt shooting.
Yes. And a few crotch shots too. Oh, yes, that's it, y'all. I'm gonna go be sad now. I'm gonna miss me.
We're gonna go be sad collectively.
Yeah.
So how much XP do we get for wiping the party?
You get 200 XP.
Beautiful. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. We're gonna go find someone to raid, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.